Warning. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Everybody's suspect. That would do me harm. And don't ever forget Malcolm. Malcolm said that Republicans are brute wolves and Democrats are sly foxes.
Preach.
But don't ever forget they both belong to the dog.
Amen.
What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like, share, and if you're catching this on the replay, that hype button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, family, please click the link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations, as well as hitting the other link in the description, joining the Telegram to help circumvent some of the shadow banning that PewTube has been doing within the new black media. With that being said, family, welcome back. Welcome back. The doors of the church are now open. Come on in. Come on in, family, because we have some things to discuss here today. And it's not going to be too much of a long one. Hopefully. I've allowed it a certain amount of time because I do have to work a little bit later. So I will be making sure I can get through this because I have some information to show you all, family. Now, before we get into it, because we're going to jump into it 100 miles an hour, let me scroll on up and give a B1 salute and shalom to our sister, Andrea Jones, in the building. Much love to you, my warrior sister, and thank you for being here as always. And a shout out to our sister, Mrs. TT. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, my warrior sister. Thanks for all you do, FBA lineage all day. We are one of a kind people, and I rubber stamp that tenfold, even though y'all don't need me to rubber stamp it. It's just fun to rubber stamp things. Shout out to you, my warrior sister. Much love to you. Shout out to our good brother Isaac Holloway in the building. It's Tim Love in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here. Our good brother Reparations Nation in the building. Nito Swan in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Our good sister Anita Harrell in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Our sister Patricia A. Jones and Ramona Bryant is in the building. Shout out to the both of you and thank you both for being here. And shout out to Miss TT once again for your gift. Your donation is blessed tenfold and I appreciate your contribution as always. Much love. Shout out to our sister Anita Harrell in the building. Much love to you. Detroiter forever in the building. Hey, you know what? I got love for anybody who's down with it. Shout out to you. He said forever. Don't ever ask me anything otherwise. I feel you. Shout out to you and thank you for being here, family. Much love to you. A B1 salute and shalom to our sister, Miss Hurricane Nisi in the building. Much love to you, my sister Queen, and thank you for being here, as well as our good brother, the Iron Will, in the building. Much love to you, my good brother. Thank you for being here. A B1 salute and shalom to our warrior brother, Mr. A.O. in the building. Shout out to you, my brother, and thank you for being here, as well as our good brother Eddie Foster, aka the Boilermaker, in the building. Much love to you, my good brother, and thank you for being here as well. Thelma Ramsey in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here as well, my sister. Much love to you, as well as our good sister Kelly Goodman in the building. Much love to you, my sister, as well as my sister Priscilla Taylor in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here, my sister Queen, as well as our good brother Black RU in the building. Strong. Much love to you, my warrior brother, as well as our good sister Intrigue in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here. Shout out to Jamal on Fowler in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, as well as our good brother Daryl Williams in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here. Make sure we got everybody. Our good brother Tobias Judah in the building. Shalom and salute to you, my good brother, as well as Brenda Thomas in the building. Shout out to you, my sister Queen. Thank you for being here as well. A B1 salute to our good brother Black Truth United in the building. Much love to you, my warrior brother. Much love to you. Shout out to Marilyn Brown in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being here as well. Much love to you. And our sister Starte Jones in the building. Shout out to you, my sister Queen, and thank you for being here. And a B1 salute to our sister Intrigue. Once again, thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my sister Queen. Keep doing your thing. You hear me? I hear you, my sister, and I hope the world hears me too. Much love to you, my sister Queen. Much love to you. Shout out to Elijah in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here as well. And for all those who are not in the chat, much love to you, and all those who will catch this on the replay, much love to you, and thank you all for being here, family. Now, we got a couple quick stories, just a couple of quick ones, Family, do you know that in an effort to segregate and separate and disaggregate these Nabiscos from each other, these Nabiscos have come up with a new term for people who are transformers and who are also Antifa, I guess you can say. Let's go here, family. I just want to give you a good laugh real quick. Let's go here.
Fox News Alert. We're learning more about the left-wing New Year's Eve terror plot that the FBI broke up. Big surprise. It involves Trantifa. One of the five. It involves Trantifa. Her plot that the FBI broke up. Big surprise. It involves Trantifa. One of the five arrests.
So now, shout out to Don P and Crystal Watson in the building. So now, family, now they have Trantifa in the order to skip out on accountability. They have created a new term. All because they don't want people pointing the finger at them as the Nabiscos they are. Shout out to our good brother Antithesis in the building. All because they don't want people putting the onus of crime where it's supposed to be and where it literally the data shows. So now they got this new term, Trantifa, family. Oh, I cried when I heard this. It is, you're quite correct, my good brother. It is diabolical. It is diabolical. Oh, man. Let him finish.
Fox News Alert. We're learning more about the left-wing New Year's Eve terror plot that the FBI broke up. Big surprise. It involves Trantifa. One of the five arrested is a former cop and Marine, Micah James Legnan. Sources say they're a Trantifa extremist and wanted to recreate Waco on ICE agents in New Orleans. The rest of the radicals were planning an attack in L.A. Zachary Page is also trans and is now begging the judge to go to a women's jail. Hopefully the judge denies that request. Fox News Alert. We're learning more about the left-wing New.
So not only, oh my God, man, I'm sorry, but I can't be sorry. This is just too hilarious. And many of you, like Don P just said, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. And in the effort, all they have to do is say, you know what? We got to take a little accountability. We're the ones who are committing a lot of the stuff, the crime and all this other stuff. And you know what? People would respect them more. But this is why quite literally nobody trusts or listen to Nabiscos when they talk. Because they quite literally show you no matter what it is, no matter what it is, they cannot take any type of accountability. That's what this is. Shout out to my sister Hurricane Nisi. As Torian Rain Reloaded says, we're living in upside down church. You're absolutely correct. And this also goes to the situation too. Mayo circle jerk. That's exactly what's happening here. Exactly. Bruce Jenner all over again. Bruce Jenner all over again. So family, I just wanted to show you that. Like I said, just be on the lookout. You're going to be hearing more about that term, trans-tifa. Oh, man, that sounds like Megatron was not trying to mess with the Transformers, huh? Anyway, let's move on to the next, the next story here, family. Let's move on. Many of you probably seen a clip going around of a bunch of what I'm assuming to be foundational Black Americans, and they were saying they were children, but they were running around throwing water on different on what quote unquote they called ICE agents in order to save the little illegals in their apartment complex. Yeah, turns out that situation isn't so true. That situation turned out to be just like the situation people did online when they was talking about the Haitians ran ICE out of their neighborhoods. Turned out that was incorrect. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to let it play through. But yeah, family, this is the real situation and this is what really happened. Shout out to A. Jones in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Let's go here.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Have y'all seen this video? I saw this scrolling threads, read the caption, and immediately got hyped and hit repost because why not? But then I did what more of us need to do before we hit repost. I did some research. Or should I say I scrolled the comments and then I did research. Now I get why this one took off. Black kids supposedly clocked ICE rolling up on their Latino neighbors, grab water guns and buckets and run them off the block. And that's a beautiful story. And it's the kind of story that we want to be true. But here's the problem with this. It's not really what happened. I mean, it's not even where it happened. This clip is unfortunately miscaptioned. What it actually shows is a big water fight at a student apartment complex where a uniformed officer walks through the crowd and gets soaked. Nothing in this footage shows that the officer was ICE. Nothing shows an immigration arrest was in progress. And people who trace the location match the complex to the scene at Sand Hill, student housing tied to Albany State University in Albany, Georgia, not Oklahoma. Albany State's own housing page places that complex right across from the campus residence halls, which also means the people in this video were most likely college students, not children. So let's walk back through the claim. It's the wrong location, wrong ages, and there's no ICE raid. And that's not a minor caption error. That's a different story entirely. Somebody took a fun video, slapped a narrative on it that hit different emotionally, and thousands of us ran with it without checking. Misinformation doesn't get a pass just because it's on our side. We can't be out here demanding honesty from the government, from politicians, from the media, and then throw the truth out the window the second that a lie feels good to us. And this is in no way defending ICE, because there are real stories about ICE right now that deserve every bit of our attention. But when we prop up a real concern with fake evidence, we're handing people a free excuse to wave off the evidence that's actually real. Let's celebrate Black and Latino solidarity when it's actually happening, because it is happening in plenty of places right now. But let's not turn a college water fight in Georgia into propaganda just because the made-up version of it gets more engagement.
All right, so let me first say, number one, this guy clearly isn't within the Black grassroots. This guy is clearly one of those Democrat stooges. However, I do appreciate that he brought the truth to light. That's something you should be doing. But all his other talking points, ICE is on our side. Let's showcase Black and brown unity when it's actually happening, because it is happening. Family, I want you all to understand something. They wouldn't have lied about this video if it was happening. If there really was Black and brown unity somewhere, oh, they will be highlighting that to the 10th power right now. The Democrats would be highlighting it. The social media shills would be highlighting it. The Latinos would be highlighting it. But it's not happening. And that's why they needed this video in order to make it appear like it was happening. They're trying to make it appear that they have the Black Americans on their side, that they have foundational Black Americans on their side, because when you make it appear that foundational Black Americans are on your side, the world stops and they start to look and they start to listen. They start to ask questions. They start to ask the question, oh, well, if foundationals are good with this, then maybe we should stand up for these illegals. Maybe it isn't such a bad situation if foundationals are behind it. You got to understand why they want to push a narrative like this. When I first saw the clip, I already said I wasn't going to report on it until I get more information on it. And I'm glad I didn't, because more information came out. And now you can see how desperate these people are. The blackout is working on so many levels. On so many levels. That these people need to find any type of clip, even if it's a lie, and make it seem like, well, look at the Black Americans. They're trying to protect us. Exactly. They wish. They absolutely wish. I agree with you, Astarte. I don't care what they do. I support ICE. And that's what it is. And that's what it's going to be. And that's how it's going to remain. And that's the problem for these people. Nothing that they're doing is working. It's just showing more and more, in the words of Thelma here, desperation. Shout out to our sister Kim Brown in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Now that we got that out of the way, you know what I mean? There's one more thing I want to discuss here. I told you guys in the last broadcast that I was not going to bring forth the whole Nolan Wells friend phone call, emergency call, or whatever until I was able to authenticate it, until I was able to verify it. But apparently TMZ has gone ahead and reported on it. So now I'll report on it according to TMZ's reporting that it's authenticated. Now, it may not be authenticated fully, but I'll let TMZ take the brunt of this, allegedly. So now, let's go here, family. Let's take a listen.
Detail assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Angles? Hello?
Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right. Well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on the account, sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either Jerry Atkerson. I think it's Jerry Atkerson. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership, like guaranteed. I don't have the tag
unless
on
you have a membership number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at 2.
All right. And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's
How many? All right. Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
What?
Do you need the United States Coast Guard?
No, we do not need that.
All right. All right. Do you have your current GPS coordinates?
Let me go look.
If not, I can send you a text message.
North. All right, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm available.
North 30 degrees. 4672.
All right, 4672. All right, and you were breaking up a little bit. Can you just repeat it one more time to make sure I have it correct?
Sorry, look.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, what?
So you're breaking up. If you need assistance, do you have a VHF radio?
Yeah, we do not have a VHF radio.
All right, well, let's try to get you going because you don't have good cell phone reception. Can you verify your coordinates one more time?
Okay, my coordinates are 30 degrees by 14.684 north, and then west by 88 degrees by 46.79.
Right, looks like you're on Horn Island, correct? Are you
Yes,
on
we are
Horn
at Horn
Island?
Island. Yes.
All right, is the boat sinking or you have it aground?
We were sinking, yes.
All right, so that is the clip, family. Now there's another clip floating around where there's people claiming they enhanced the background and they're hearing basically that somebody is saying, "Oh, dude, you killed him," things like that. And then, they're putting the wording on the videotape. I didn't hear that in what I just heard, and I haven't heard it without the enhancements. I haven't tried enhancing it myself because I am a certified audio video tech. I haven't sat down and did the enhancement yet, but I plan to do so. However, I don't just trust just anything anymore. I just don't. But I did want to bring this to you, like I said, family, because I said it until it was authenticated, I wasn't going to touch on it. But since TMZ has released it, I said, screw it. Let them deal with the brunt of whatever backlash if it's not correct. Now, I do want to play something else, but shout out to Beauty with Brains in the building. Thank you for being here, my sister. And shout out to Kim Brown. Thank you for your gift, my sister. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. Now, I do want to play this here, though, because this sister, she's in Mississippi, and she is trying to get the word out that she believes that they're going to be doing some foul play with the organs. Let's go here.
So I made this video the other day, didn't get much traction. I'm going to make it again. And so Black people are aware. My people are aware. I have roots in Mississippi. Both sets of my grandparents are from Mississippi. I have family currently in Mississippi, a lot of family in Mississippi. The streets in Mississippi are saying, okay, and we're listening to the streets because Black people cannot trust what the medical examiner's office and the sheriff are saying. The streets are saying the reason why they have not sent those body parts back to Nolan Wells' parents, the ones that they took out, is because those body parts show trauma or they show signs of foul play. And what they're currently doing, the medical examiner's office and whoever's in charge over there, what they're currently doing, they're looking for replacement body parts to send his parents because the ones that they took out of him show foul play, show what happened. So they're looking for replacements. And from what I was told, this is a common playbook in Mississippi. This is something that they've been doing for decades to cover up Black murder. It's common that if there are parts of the body that show foul play, like parts that can be covered up, like not like obviously, an arm, show foul play and you send somebody's body without the arm, there's huge questions. This is a little bit easier to cover up because these were parts on the inside of his body, okay, part of his neck, his stomach as well. I was hearing upper intestine, but I'm not sure how accurate that report is. But they're currently looking for body parts to send his parents, okay, from other deceased bodies. I know it sounds gruesome, but this is what I've been told, that this is a common practice in Mississippi that they do to cover up the murders of Black people at the hands of white people. This is allegedly common, that they are looking for replacement parts to send his parents. This is why they're all on, like the sheriff did an interview where he seemed agitated. Why are you so agitated? And he said, well, we're not working on the parents' time. And then the medical examiner's office released a statement, well, we're not rushing. Nobody was telling you to rush, but we would like to know where those body parts are, why you didn't send them with the rest of the body. I've seen white people on here who have nothing to do with the case, okay, but apparently white people who are, because the organized white silence is, y'all, that's one thing white people are good at, is being organized to lie, organizing, getting together and lying and deciding, hey, we all gonna stay quiet. So I've noticed, okay, even on here, there are white medical examiners and white people who work in law enforcement that are agreeing with the Mississippi Medical Examiner's Office. We're not listening to any of you. We know all of you are in it together at this point, okay? Yeah, Black people, this is allegedly This is something that's been going on in Mississippi for decades. They are going to look for body parts that don't show trauma, right? And send those to his parents instead. So that way, when they do their own independent autopsy examination of those body parts, those will be body parts that show no foul play or show no trauma. And they'll be able to say, oh, see, there was nothing going on. But those will not be his real body parts. Those will be other people's body parts that they're sending in replacement of his. Again, it sounds gruesome, but from what I've been told, okay, family, friends, and the streets in Mississippi, it's a common practice. They're taking their time because they're gonna send his parents body parts that don't even belong to him.
All right, shout out to that sister, and shout out to the FBA family out in Mississippi. And when you really think about it, it isn't so far-fetched. Not at all. If you really think about how the medical system has even evolved over time, right? They were out here doing surgeries on foundational Black Americans without any anesthesia. You don't think that they would go and desecrate a goddamn corpse? If you think that that's the far-fetched part of the whole situation, I quite literally guarantee you don't know the history of America. Shout out to Rye 54 in here. I'm 1,000% believer, and I believe her as well. Just knowing the history of the country, knowing the history of Mississippi. Let's be very clear. The history of Mississippi is a son of a bitch. It is one of those histories where you will lose your lunch if you go deeply into the history of Mississippi. And people from Mississippi, in the very same way people from Texas know about Texas, people from Mississippi know about Mississippi. And people from Louisiana know about Louisiana. And I mean the underbelly, darkest parts. So yeah, I absolutely believe her. I absolutely believe her. So family, I wanted to bring those 3 stories before we got into the first part of the main story. Shiloh Hendricks. We got to get back into the Shiloh Hendricks situation. On my last broadcast, I basically showed you that the mad guys played themselves by, going around, donating money to pages that didn't have a face to them. But now we're going to get into the little case. I won't say the little case, the case in itself, and the little crybabies that are attached to them. Shout out to Nate. Go up in the building. Much love to you, family, and thank you for being here. And thank you for that. Mississippi has the highest concentration of historical sites in the world. And prior to the Civil War, was the richest state in the U.S. My ancestors own hundreds of acres in Mississippi. We them ancient Mississippians. Shout out to you, my warrior brother. So you know Mississippi well when it comes to this type of stuff. Like I said, you got to talk to the people who are there on the ground, who've been there, who knows, who can tell you everything about the underbelly of their whole goddamn anti-Black class down there. Because not every class moves the same when it comes to their anti-Blackness. Some do it overtly, some do it covertly, some do it in the middle. Like, hey, some parts they do covertly, some part they do overtly. But the people around them knows them best. Now, my brother Breeze Omega said Mississippi's name is mud in my book. I don't want to say Mississippi in itself, not the people, but the Nabiscos there, absolutely. Absolutely. Now let's get into the Shiloh Hendricks situation, because I want to touch on some of the things that her lawyer was saying. And family, I'm going to let you know right now, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I believe this man is not only on meth, but this man, and this is just a belief, allegedly, I assume that this man is heavily on meth and cocaine. Those are his 2 drugs of choices. He might have him some scotch from time to time, drink a little liquor, but I truly believe that Shiloh Hendricks' lawyer in this case was either coming down off his meth high or he just went in the bathroom and did some cocaine. Just saying. That's my opinion. I'm just saying. Let's go here. Shout out to Always Bet on Black in the building, my beautiful sister. Thank you for being here. And our sister Queen Shabbat in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here as well. Let's get into it.
What's your reaction to the verdict today?
I think it's pathetic. I think it's sad. I think it's sick. I think shocked. I've never had a trial where they keep people. This is a misdemeanor, by the way, till 10:30 at night. Never even heard of that one before. Most courts, most cap.
You never heard of a case going to 10:30 at night? I had a friend in California who was not only arrested at a DUI stop, he was arrested for a warrant. And they took him in, and this was around 10 p.m. when he was arrested. Do you know? By 9 a.m. the next morning, he had been charged and sent to a whole different, to an actual prison due to his warrant that he had. So it isn't unheard of whatsoever. It's just unheard of for you Nabiscos, I think you meant to say. For Nabisco, this is unheard of. We never go to court and stay there till 10:30 at night. What kind of madness is this? And family, this cut right here, this is one of the reasons why I believe that the man is a meth head, because god dang it, from all the people that I've seen that do meth, they'll get this itch and they will scratch themselves in a way where they will cause these scabs all over their body, their face, their arms, all of it. So when I see that his face like this, I immediately go into, oh, this man's doing meth. Oh, this man, he's on some cocaine, some meth. He's doing one of those drugs that's going to make him itch. I always bet on back. Say he looks sweaty and full of dandruff. I guarantee you he smells like a golden retriever. I'll tell you that much. Allegedly. Shout out to M. Hampton in the building. Much love to you, my sister Queen, and thank you for being here. And shout out to our sister Hurricane Nisi. Thank you, my sister, for both of your donations. Actually, all three of your gifts. Your donation to the Blessed Tenfold. And I appreciate your contributions as always, my warrior sister. And shout out to Kim Brown once again. Thank you for your donation. Your donation is Blessed Tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. Church, what happened to the people getting deported bank accounts are saving a 401k plan when they get deported? You know, all that money, if you get deported and you have money in the bank, yeah, that tends to get seized. Your property, if you have property, that tend to get seized too. And it gets sold at like tax auctions and things like that. So if you got money in the bank, that money just goes to the government. That's how that works. But if you have property, and this is why I was saying in the last broadcast, if you have property, then you need to liquidate your property and just move somewhere where you won't have no issues. Because if you don't, you're just going to get deported, and you'll be deported. You'll get sent back home broke, while all your property that you did have will be liquidated by the government, and they will be sitting there selling it at tax auctions. They'll be selling it at police auctions. They'll be selling it wherever they can sell it. But thanks for that question, my sister. And shout out once again to our sister for your gift. Your gift is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. And a B1 salute and shalom to our warrior sister Brooke, even melanin in the building. Y'all make sure to go follow my sister's new page, man. Y'all was over there cooking the other night, especially with the Stokely Carmichael situation. Oh, that right there. I was sitting there looking like, oh, they done pulled the cap off the bottle. They pulled the cap off the bottle. Oh, yeah. If y'all ain't see it, y'all go watch that. Oh, man. I think Sister Brooke then put on her god dang what a Sherlock Holmes hat, grabbed her magnifying glass and got into the Watson thinking. You know what I mean? Shout out to our sister for that. But let's continue. And shout out A. Jones. Thank you for your gift. Your donation is blessed tenfold. And I appreciate your contributions as always, family. Much love. And sister, please make sure you're dropping the links in the chat. You know you got to do it. Let's continue.
Counties, what they do is around 4:30, 5 o'clock is they say, okay, we're going to send the jurors home. They got kids, they got families, they got things to do. Nope, we're keeping them. I've never heard of that before. So
you never heard of that before? So that didn't just happen in a Carmelo Anthony situation? Judge Roach didn't threaten to send those people to a hotel room and requested the whole goddamn jury if they didn't come to a conclusion that day. You didn't see that in the Carmelo Anthony case? I saw it. I'm just saying, these folks act like they never seen anything happen when it happens to them. Shout out to our sister K Fighter in the building. And if you ain't subscribed, y'all make sure y'all subscribe in the Thorough Black Talk. I'm telling you, when they own that bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge be on fire. I don't even see how they could stand there. You gonna stand on the bridge that's on fire and they ain't gotta put it out? That's how fiery they be coming on that show. I'm telling you, shout out to the family. Shout out to everybody on the broadcast. Let's continue, family.
that alone, I know this is a thing, I guess, Olmsted County, they do this. I thought that was bizarre. But the verdict itself, let's make something clear here. Let's make something very clear. She's acquitted, not guilty, right? Not guilty with the child. The state reads a 5-minute victim impact statement about the child. She was acquitted about the child. She's convicted on the count involving the cameraman, who they never called to testify.
I've been thinking about the acquittal of her and the child and why the child probably, that situation was probably, tossed, because she wasn't being charged on her First Amendment. She wasn't being charged for what she said. She's being charged for disorderly conduct. And what that basically has to show, you have to show some sort of incitement. You can't really show that you're basically inciting something against the child. I don't want to say you can't show it, but what we saw didn't show incitement. It just showed her, calling a child the N-word and walking away. But with the guy filming, that's a little different. That's a little different. And so I believe that's why she actually got charged for the adult and not the child. But either way, she was charged, and yeah, she deserved it. Let's continue.
Keep this in mind. They never called the cameraman to testify. This judge prohibited us from telling the jury that Shire Jamali had a GoFundMe page, $340,000. He testified.
What would be the relevance of that? I understand why the judge said you can't bring that into the court. There's no relevance to it. Oh, man, this man must have hit a clean hit of that meth before he walked out them doors and talked to those folks. I agree.
That it was done in May last year, done. That's not true. There's a link on the bottom of the page that goes to another open account. My investigator hit the link last night, donated $10, It's open. You can donate right now. You can donate right now to Shire Jamali's GoFund page right now. It's open. He testified under oath and perjured himself. He perjured himself over and over and over and over again. This was without any stretch of the imagination. It was like I was fighting the prosecutor and the judge. It was like I'm taking on two parties at the same time.
You know, that reminds me of a case. Happened a little while ago. Happened a while back. And it had everything to do with a Nabisco boy by the name of Kyle Rittenhouse, who had a straw man purchase of a gun, crossed state lines, and unalived two people. And I seem to remember, if my memory serves me correctly, the judge and the DA in that case was acting as if they were tag team partners going for the WWE Tag Team Championship of the world. Nobody had a problem then. All of a sudden, the little Nabisco woman from Ukraine comes in and says the N-word, and the Breaking Bad attorney is calling it all kind of shenanigans, chicaneries. He can see it all of a sudden. This is kangaroo court. All right, continue.
The judge and the prosecutor, it was very bizarre. Very bizarre. GoFundMe. Huge, worldwide, giant. It's like Google, right? This is so big. My investigator was going to testify.
I want to know, why is he so aficionated on concentrating on this GoFundMe? The judge tossed it. Make your objection known on the record and move on. This is how you know this man, his whole legal strategy was hedging on this GoFundMe talking point. That's what he's explaining to everybody right now. He's highly upset that his defense that he put together, he probably spent, 30 minutes after taking down 4 different rocks. He spent 30 minutes thinking, oh yeah, this would definitely be a winner. Only for the judge to toss it to the side and say there's no relevance. I'm assuming. I don't know. I wasn't in the court when the judge tossed it to the side, but I'm assuming it's because there was no relevance. Shout out to our good brother Snatch Adams in the building, as well as our sister Tiffany Jackson. Much love to the both of you. Let's continue.
That this page with Shire Jamali's name on it. 5-year-old. The kid's 9. 5-year-old. $340,000 he raised. The judge would not let me show it to a jury. Sorry. The judge would not let me show it to the jury. Okay? And if you go through any of you right now can go online right now. They're just like, you can't authenticate this. You can't lay foundation. This prosecutor is telling the judge, oh, how do we know this is real? How do we know this is real? So anyone can make this up. You can go online right now, today, right now. Go on that page, unless they run and take it down. Scroll down. He has an open GoFundMe. He said on the stand he does not. He lied and lied and lied and lied. This entire thing's a shakedown. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. The prosecutor should be ashamed of himself. The judge should be ashamed of herself. I had a battle here for 4 days on a stupid misdemeanor, disorderly conduct. This is nuts. This is crazy. $340,000. Nope. Can't show the jury. 5-year-old. Kid was 9.
All right. Okay. So you're just so concentrated on the GoFundMe. Let me explain something to you. Let's say he did perjure himself. Let's say he perjured himself on the stand, and let's say the judge said, okay, he perjured himself. We're going to go ahead and hold him in contempt of court because he perjured himself. How does that still help Shiloh's case? She's on camera doing exactly what she's accused of doing. So even if you got the judge to admit this man perjured himself on the stand, how would that help your client? She's still on video committing the act in 4K. I think, and this is my opinion alone, because just like he had a GoFundMe, Shiloh has a GoFundMe, a Give, Send, Go, whatever, which they haven't taken down yet, which is very oddly weird because with Carmelo, as soon as he was convicted, the Give, Send, Go went down. Now Shiloh, she's been convicted. Her Give, Send, Go is still up, and she's not even in jail. I just find that to be odd, very odd. But this is what I believe, family. I believe that Shiloh still has a little bit of cash to milk. And this attorney quite literally knows that if he was to go to appeal, most likely they're going to lose. But that's not going to stop him from getting that money and trying now, is it? That's not going to stop him from getting that money and trying now, is it? Yeah, so I believe that this is all just a political theater. It's all a ruse, because it's probably what he was telling Shiloh. Oh, we got a good case for getting ourselves up out of here. Don't worry about it. We're going to go and file, and I'm going to get you up out of here. Because he perjured himself on the stand. He said he didn't have a GoFundMe. If you click the link. And that's how I'm going to get your appeal. Because nothing he's saying makes any makes a lick of sense. Especially legally. But continue. Shout out Mighty Black in the building. Much love to you, my warrior brother, and thank you for being here. As well as our sister Delaney Brooks in the building. Much love to you, my sister Queen. Let's continue.
His name's on it. Can't authenticate it. Still open account. So we're going to appeal it. We will appeal it. We have so many appellate issues, I don't even know where to begin. Judge.
So why don't you just begin by naming the appellate issues? Here's the time to explain the appellate issues. You have a camera in your face to speak up for your client, and your conjecture is we have so many appellate issues, I don't know where to start. How about starting by telling the media what your first appellate issue is, and then go to your second, and then go to your third? Let's continue.
Is screaming at me during the trial. Judge is interrupting me every time I want to make a record. Judge says to me, Mr. Corrales, you keep wanting to make a record after I rule. This is crazy. Most rulings during a trial by a judge are made during the trial. And then when you take a break, you make a record, right? You take a break, you make a record. I kept asking. If you're in there and you watch the trial, I kept asking, I need to make a record. I need to make a record. She'd get upset, run in the back. Get upset, run in the back. Your Honor, I need to make a record. It started piling up. All these objections started piling up. Your Honor, I need to make a record. I need to make a record. She'd run in the back. I'm like, Judge, we got to make a record. This is insane. This isn't law. This is a circus.
I'm starting to wonder if this man went to law school. And the reason why I say that is, on one hand, he's correct about being able to make a record, but usually when someone who actually went to law school and understand the procedure, they're not going to say, let me make a record, let me make a record. 9 times out of the 10, you're going to hear them say, Your Honor, let the record reflect. I don't tend to hear much attorneys saying, Your Honor, let me make a record, let me make a record. But I do hear them all the time say, Your Honor, let the record reflect. And then they go on to say what they're going to say. So I'm wondering if he went to law school. He might have a law degree. But, you know, I don't know. Like I said, it just sounds weird to me right now. Let's continue. He attended to Benjamin Crump School of Law. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, so that means he can't read, nor does he know the law. Okay. That's wild. She said he probably paid for his degree. YouTube Academy. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised.
This is monkey court. This is nuts, right? You make a record. The judge should come out and say, okay, I made my ruling, Mr. Corrales. What is your record you like to make? I try to make a record. She interrupts me from the beginning, right from the start. Every time I tried to make a record, she interrupts me. Every single time. Every single time. I'm like, Your Honor, I'm trying to make a record. That's what we do as lawyers, right? I don't know if the lay people or the people in the community understand this. The way trials work is judges make rulings during trial. We don't want to interrupt the trial to make a record every time someone objects and there's a ruling. So when there's a break or you go to lunch or at the end of the day, you make a record. She wouldn't let me make a record. If you're in there, you heard it. She'd talk over me. She'd interrupt me. Wouldn't let me make a record over and over and over again. Why? She didn't want anybody to hear what? They didn't disclose the name of Shire Jabali until Monday. The first day of trial. No, I'm not done. Sorry. Until the first day of trial, they didn't even disclose his name. Think about that. A jury trial in the United States of America. I didn't get the name until Monday.
If that's true, then you would have grounds for appeal due to discovery. But I don't think that's true because as the defense attorney, you have a right to that discovery. Otherwise, it would throw the whole damn case. So, yeah, I don't believe that's true at all because he could have went to the courts and told the courts, Your Honor, I'm not prepared to move forward because I've never gotten the discovery. Brooks said he went to the same school as Cheyenne Bryant. Oh, damn. He got 8 degrees. He got 8 degrees. He's an imbecile. This is what I'm taking him for at this point in time. I'm taking him as an imbecile. Cheyenne Bryant.
When we started the trial until Monday, and then my investigators do a record check, then we uncover, oh my God, he's got this GoFundMe, $340,000.
Mr. Corrales, a couple of things.
Sure.
According to the court, you agreed to those pre-trial terms about not getting the witnesses beforehand and
did not agree to it. Here's the deal.
Wait a second. So you agree to these pre-trial terms? So you didn't receive the witness name or information, but that was because of something you agreed to? This is the man she hired? This is the man that she hired. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I thought I felt bad for Carmelo Anthony. I usually don't feel bad for these Nabiscos, but if you hired this man, oh, man, godly. Shiloh, you might need to be suing your damn attorney. You might need to go ahead and pick up a lawsuit against him. I'm just saying. Jesus Christ. Shout out to HVAC in the building and our good brother Leonardo Yuta in the building. I am saying, man, these people make no sense.
Here's the deal. I thought I was coming down here to try a free speech case. You all saw the video. I thought I was coming to Rochester to try a free speech case based on the video.
So you telling me, oh yeah, this man is doing all kind of meth, cocaine. He's doing it all. He got to be, allegedly. You're telling me that you didn't read the facts of the case. You're telling me that you didn't read what your client was charged with. You went off of a video that you saw and you thought to yourself, oh, this is a free speech situation, even though she was being charged with disorderly conduct. Oh man, she would have did better. She should have called Saul Goodman, and I'm talking about the actor. At least he plays one on TV. Because this man right here, he sounds awful right now. I don't know what good person in their good mind would go. This man sounds worse than a public pretender. This man sounds worse than a public pretender. Jesus Christ. Shout out Snatch Adams and shout out to our brother Jesse Paris. This lawyer is incompetent. I'm with you 100-fold. I just listening to this guy is showing you the levels of incompetence that this man has.
Then it took on an entirely different, it just turned, right? Mr. Jamali takes the stand. Wouldn't answer any question I asked him. He sat there like this. I don't understand. He looked at his interpreter. I don't understand. I don't understand. Over and over and over again. When the prosecutor asked him a question, he had no problem through the interpreter understanding. Never had a problem understanding. Not one time. I put the detective on the stand. Detective, did he ever have a tough time understanding you? Never had a tough time understanding him. Never had a tough time. Not one time did the detective have any problems understanding. You're in the jury room or in the trial. You're in the courtroom. You're in the courtroom. You're in the courtroom. He acted like he didn't understand any question I asked him. Every single question was like pulling teeth. It's like, huh? Oh, It went on and on and on. This is a fraud. This whole thing's a fraud. The cameraman. By the way, let's make something clear. They didn't convict him with the child. Your headlines could be about the child. No, they convicted her on the video with the cameraman.
Yeah, family, I think it warrants it. Shout out my sister Patricia. Let's go ahead and cue them up.
Send in the clowns.
The disorderly conduct is about the cameraman. Right. And from what I understand about the cameraman, he has a GoFundMe. And his GoFundMe, his GoFundMe is he died. He has a GoFundMe that he died. Give money to the cameraman who died. And from what I understand, he's well alive. This whole thing is fucking bullshit. This is a fraud. This is a fraud upon the community.
Yeah, family, I think that you got your answer if you wanted to know how she got that charge. Yeah, and how she actually got found guilty. Because this man just said it out of his own damn mouth. He didn't understand the case whatsoever. Not only did he not understand the case, he didn't understand why he was there. This is why I'm pretty sure the judge was just waving him off. You think you're fighting a free speech case, and this case ain't got nothing to do with free speech. You're here fighting a disorderly conduct case, thinking you're fighting a free speech case. You're probably answering a bunch of wild questions. He's sitting there like, oh, he didn't act like he didn't understand with the DA. Well, the DA tends to coach, well, not coach, but work with people that's going to be their witnesses, just so that they know how the situation's going to go. In the very same way that defense attorneys work with their witnesses. They train their witnesses. So the person probably was just used to hearing those questions. Your questions were all new because you made a deal not to, deal with the folks until the trial, to get their information until the trial. Man, what are we talking about here? You got Nabiscos crying on all sides when it comes to this case. A B1 salute and shalom to our sister Aquarius Minded in the building. Much love to you, my sister Queen, and thank you for being here. And let me also give a B1 salute to our good brother Snatch Adams. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. He must be from Haiti because he's focused on the wrong things. Oh, that is a cold zinger. Oh, that is a cold zinger. You ain't nothing for that, bro. You ain't nothing. Shout out to Beauty with Brains. Thank you for both of your gifts, my sister. Your donations are blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always as well, my beautiful sister. Now, like I said, these folks are tripping out bad. I want you to see this. These folks, I'm telling you, it never fails. It never fails. Everyone, you know what to do. Support Shiloh Hendricks here. They put a crown on this woman, and they put her in a picture as if she's Helen of Oh, you can't make this up. They're mad at Lupita. And I ain't even talk about it because I don't plan to see the Odyssey. And I know the story. I read the story. You know, I'm not really tripping off that movie, to be honest with you. I really don't care. So I wasn't going to bring it up. But now I gotta say something now. You're mad that Lupita is showing you that the African beauty standard is actually over the Nabisco beauty standard now. And so y'all just want to take any Nabisco you can and highlight them as if they're a stunning picture of beauty. I don't know about you, but this woman in this picture does not look like a stunning picture of beauty to me. Kim says she reminds her of Alf. Damn. She reminds me of old chick from Scary Movie. The lead white girl in Scary Movie. Brenda. Is it Brenda? No, Brenda's the black woman. That's Regina Hall's character. The white woman. Y'all know who I'm talking about. This woman looked like she's been practicing witchcraft in a dark room for centuries. I don't see her as anything beautiful, to be honest with you. Sydney, thank you. That's who she looks like to me. She looks like Sydney, and Sydney has always looked weird as hell to me. Is it Cindy or Sydney? Cindy, right? Yeah, she looked weird as hell to me. That's what this woman looked like. That's who you should be putting her in the exchanging in pictures with. Go ahead and put her in the Scary Movies flyer. You know what I'm saying? Some Scary Movie promo. It's giving trans. This is one of those trantifas. This is one of those trantifas that they talk about. Oh yeah, I remember all the fake hype about Sydney Sweeney. Just for all her movies to flop left and right. Yeah, I know all about it. Family, let's go here. Shiloh Hendricks is a victim of systematic anti-white discrimination.
When you have the complexion for the protection for the collection, that white skin will protect you.
We really can't survive a Kalargi system. Family, these folks are losing their meth. They're losing their minds. Let's go here.
So you might recall Shiloh Hendricks. She's the white mom who was filmed in Minnesota last year calling a black kid the N-word after catching him stealing stuff out of her toddler's diaper bag on a playground. She was recorded by a Somali migrant who then followed her around the playground and pestered her. But of course, we're not supposed to care about that. We're only supposed to care about the fact that this white lady used a slur against an autistic child that we were told at the time was 5 years old. Now, it turns out the kid was actually 8. And we know that from court testimony this week because Shiloh Hendricks was actually on trial for using what prosecutors called fighting words. Because apparently the First Amendment doesn't apply to white ladies using words that non-white people don't like.
Family, she just said exactly what this whole case is about. And then she tried to skip over it. The court said that she used fighting words. And that means what? Incitement. She incited or tried to incite violence. That's what it means. But she damn sure skipped over that part to try to put a cape on for her Nabisco sister. Let's go back.
Words. Because apparently the First Amendment was on trial for using what prosecutors called fighting words. Because apparently the First Amendment doesn't apply to white ladies using words that non-white people don't like. Oh, by the way, just your friendly reminder that DeCarlos Brown stabbed Irina Zarutska to death on a train and was caught on camera, and he still has yet to go to trial because he's been...
Relevance. Oh, there is none. Oh, you're reaching. Oh, you're Mr. Fantastic's daughter. I get it. I get it. Continue.
And deemed incompetent. But this lady says a mean word and finds herself in front of a jury a few months later, so make of that what you will. The jury ultimately found her guilty of disorderly conduct against the migrant man who walked around filming her and sentenced her to 200 hours of community service and a $1,000 fine. And now she's got a misdemeanor on her record, which is even more insane when you consider the fact that the migrant man who was following her around with a cell phone, he was arrested and charged in 2022 with sexually assaulting a 16-year-old that he and another man had reportedly abducted. But
notice she said charged, but not convicted. Now, this ain't me taking up for no Somali, but let's listen to the wording. Charged, not convicted. Charged, not convicted. One more time, dramatic effect. Charged, not convicted. Shout out to my brother Breeze Omega. For all those who don't know, yes, Tahuti's Son is my Cash App as well. Tahuti's Son is the Church of Black Power Cash App. Tahuti's Son is one of my nicknames from back when I was studying well within, you know, all of the ancient culture. So it means son of wisdom. But shout out. Much love, my brother. Let's continue.
He was released from jail. So in 2026 America, if you're a Somali migrant, you can come to the United States, sexually assault a child and get off scot-free. But if you're a white woman who says a mean word to a kid that you just caught stealing from you, and then have the audacity to say something to a man shoving a camera in your face, well, now that's a bridge too far. The First Amendment does not exist to protect polite speech that everybody agrees with. It exists to protect speech that other people find offensive. That's literally the entire point.
No. The First Amendment is there to make sure that the citizens will not and cannot be targeted by the American government for something that they say. Unless they are inciting a situation. I can't go to the middle of, let's say, the Barclays Center, get on stage, grab a microphone, and say, everybody, let's burn this mother lover down. On one hand, I have the free speech to say that. But on the other hand, that's incitement. I committed a crime by telling other people to commit a crime. Exactly. Another fair point. Great point at that. Our pull of January 6th. Or just pull. You cannot tell people to go and pull a J6. That's incitement. Now, if you grabbed a microphone and said, women are women and men are men, that's covered by free speech. If you grabbed the mic and said, men can be women, women can be men, that's protected by free speech. Doesn't mean it's true, but it is protected. You grabbing a microphone and saying, let's run over to the Capitol building and take them mother lovers out. That's incitement. See, a lot of Nabiscos love to stake claim to the Constitution, but they don't understand how the Constitution works and what it's meant for. It isn't saying that you are free of consequence. All it's saying is that you have the right to disagree with the American government without them coming down on you in the ways where, yeah, other countries come down on their citizens. I'm going to need you Nabiscos to catch on up to the rest of the class. The advanced group is on vacation, and the Nabiscos are still sitting in the damn summer school. A B1 salute and shalom to our good brother, Breeze Omega. Thank you for your super chat, my brother. Your Cash App. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, my warrior brother. Much love to you. Let's let her continue.
And make no mistake, what we just saw in this case was not only a gross miscarriage of justice, but a clear double standard based on the color of someone's skin.
You mean like Carmelo Anthony? You mean like Cyrus Belton? You mean like Trayvon Martin, George Floyd? I mean, you can see it now? I thought you couldn't see color. I thought this was the colorblind group. Family, did these people go from being colorblind to now all of a sudden being able to see all spectrums? I find it hilarious. Not as hilarious as the trans Tifa, but I find this to be hilarious. Shout out T Living in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. And shout out to our sister Delaney for this. If we go on her narrative about color of skin, then, they would be playing catch up for 500 years. I agree. 100% fold. 100% fold. I'm telling you, this is hilarious. These folks, let's get into it. Jake Lang, he had to stroll his bussy on down to the courtroom to scream, "Protect Shiloh! Protect Shiloh!" Let's go here.
Here outside the courtroom of Shiloh Hendricks, the Somalis are gathering.
Where Shiloh Hendricks was accosted by a Somali family, chasing her around with a camera. When a child stole snacks out of her snack bag, she obviously called him like she sees him. She said the N-word. Now she's on trial just a couple blocks from here. 2 charges of disorderly conduct, 180 days in jail possibly. Free speech is under attack here in Minnesota. We should be able to say whatever we want to whoever we want. It's an American value. Will you stand with Shiloh, or will you allow the Democrats to steal your freedom of speech? Free Shiloh!
Here outside the
Shiloh Hendricks is being lynched for her First Amendment activity inside this Minnesota courthouse right now. But the unity that we're having here is amazing. This is an organization called NOVA. They're standing up against white people's rights being obliterated in America. Right now, Shiloh's facing 180 days in jail, 2-tiered persecution. Keith Ellison and the Swamp Democrats are trying to make free speech illegal in Minnesota. We have to unify. We have to stand behind Shiloh. Free Shiloh! Free Shiloh! Guys, Shiloh Hendricks.
Like I said, family, these people don't know a goddamn thing.
Let me introduce you to Krista Daly. She happened to be the judge that oversaw the case for Shiloh Hendricks. And you can just look at her, she's a liberal judge. Okay, so this woman here had completely decimated the First Amendment right of this woman. I don't agree with what Shiloh said. However, I also don't agree with a Somalian with a history or had been charged with raping a 16-year-old who ran away from a group home and kept her for 24 hours. So basically, he kidnapped her, held her hostage, even took her shoes away. So she couldn't.
Notice They keep saying charged, but they never say convicted. Charged, not convicted. Charged, not convicted. Charged, not convicted. And this is the same thing that the media does whenever they want to demonize whatever black victim is happening. They make sure to try and find whatever's in that person's background, whether it was tossed, whether it was dang near just spitting on the sidewalk. These folks will get up there and say, oh, this man that was just unalived by this Nabisco, he was found to be given the ticket for spitting on the sidewalk in front of the cop. Oh, he deserved to go. This is their playbook. This is all they can do. And it's just not working.
Run away. So he took advantage of a child who definitely would be considered a vulnerable child, especially in the situation she was in. And I prayed God that she's okay, because guess what? The prosecutor and these liberal judges decided to wait till she aged out so they didn't have to prosecute the Somalian. Okay. I want to know, why was he even at the park in the first place? He was chasing a woman around the park, okay, with holding her toddler, videoing her, baiting her. He said that racial slur a number of times. And not to mention, he perjured himself on the stand by saying that his son was 5 years old. Well, guess what? He wasn't. He was 8. And allegedly stealing from this woman's purse, okay? And he has a known history of stealing, okay? So why on earth would this liberal judge take away this woman's First Amendment right? I am giving Brian Krause kudos. I know him personally. I think he's a great criminal lawyer. He's a great person. And keep the fight going.
She says she knows the lawyer personally. She thinks that he's a great guy. She thinks that he's a great attorney. But the dude didn't even know what kind of case he was going to go defend on. My God, you cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. This was written by the Most High's hand. And I agree with you there, Omega. Between her face, I think that her and Godfrey should get in the ring to fight for the real horse face. Who has the real horse face? 2 horses go in, 1 gallops out next week. Let's continue.
Because that judge right there needs to be disbarred. Get rid of her. We don't need these liberal judges. You know what? The suicidal empathy that these people have is completely dismantling our constitutional rights. I'm sick of it, and everybody else should be too.
Well, family, not just the Regos was out there going crazy. BoJack Horseman, thank you. Thank you. That's exactly who I was just thinking of. I was trying to figure out this goddamn dude's name. It's BoJack. That's who she looks like. BoJack Horseman. You got Mr. Ed, who is Godfrey, and then you got BoJack Horseman. Put them both into the ring. 2 goes in, 1 comes out. Whoever comes out get a golden saddle and some new horseshoes. Shout out to my sister. God dang it. Let's go over here and hear what Mash Walsh had to say. And really, it's a Amru Fudel responding to Matt Walsh. So you're going to get double the idiots in one video clip. So let's go.
Shiloh is the final boss of cancel culture, or maybe rather the final boss that cancel culture has to fight. And I think that's right. This is the part that many conservatives seem to be missing. All they see is that this woman said something bad and is now getting rewarded for it. The whole thing is so unsavory that they can't help but recoil. And
they're not analyzing why. Like, why did she get so much money? Why did people donate to her in droves? It's because niggas got black fatigue, bro. That's why she made like 800K on that bullshit, because it's like niggas are tired of niggas. I guarantee you there are probably some black people that donated to her too. Asians, whites, blacks, fucking Indians. Bro, everybody's tired of blacks, bro. Let's keep it all the way a buck, bro. Thank you. Come again. They're tired of blacks. They're tired of blacks. They're definitely tired of blacks. And then we know for a fact these niggas are definitely tired of blacks. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Everybody got the fatigue, dude. Everybody got the fatigue, to include niggas.
Yeah, it is.
You know what, Amru? I will say one thing. And I want to make sure I can pull this up. Let me pull this up right here for a hot second. There we go. All right. Amru, you love to go out there and try your hardest You love to go out there and try your hardest to try and just fit in to the Nabiscos. And there are many people such as yourself from your country that do the same thing. And the Nabiscos keep telling you that you're not gaining nothing from it by doing so. No, let me pull this down for a second, Amaru. Let me pull this down for a second. Let's go here, Mr. Fudel. Because in that fatigue, your monkey ass is included too. Your bushmeat eating ass is included too. Your flea to flea ass is quite literally included too.
Can I make this interesting? Can I make this interesting real quick? Myron, you were in my space the other day, and I said, you're doing a great job calling these Jews, but, if we take this country back, we want it for white folks, and would you go home? And you said, I was born here, and I'm not going anywhere. And this is where I think the problem is with working with non-whites, is that once you think you help us, that you're just going to stay in our country. Do you still stand with that answer?
Bro, look, man, I know you're trying to get a clippable moment here for your...
No, it's the truth, man. This is the issue with whites working with non-whites.
We're over here talking about a problem, then you bring it right back into, this whole white thing. Like, dude, shut the fuck up.
This whole white thing is what built this country, Myron.
Shut the fuck up, dude.
Hey, you fucking sand. You sand.
Hey,
That's you, Martin? Mr. Amru? Sir Fudel? Ain't that you? The very rhetoric that you use against us to try to uplift these Nabiscos, they then turn around and use towards you and let you know that they don't want your butt-kissing ass here either. They got Fudel fatigue. They got FF. Or AFF if you want to, stretch it out a little bit. Amru Fudel fatigue.
I am in Florida.
Hey, bro, nigga hit him with the sand N-word. It ain't funny. The way he feels is like, obviously, that's the obvious thing. Y'all sit here and are lapdogs for these white men, but ultimately, if they get what they really want, you are not a part of it.
Well, then, why are you in? Why do you Browns think you could stay in my country? Why?
He called them you Browns. Why do you Browns think that you can stay in my country? Oh, man.
Guy. Look,
no, it's the truth. Myron, I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine,
but
out
of his thing because obviously he's like,
because you're not white.
I'm not going to go ahead and debate you. I'm just going to boot you out of my phone.
Because you're not white.
What does that have to do with anything, dude? I'm not fucking talking to you right now.
Because you're in my country right now. You're in my country right now. You're an invader.
Nothing to do with you.
You hate the Jews, but at the same time, you are a Jewish bioweapon. You are a Jewish bioweapon, Myron.
Shut up.
Yes, I am. My DNA test is out there, Myron.
I'm loving every moment of this. Okay, y'all.
Me too. Shout out.
Can I make this interesting?
Shout out to Pixel. And I'm going to leave that up there because, Myron might need another reminder later. I know if he doesn't, the next two will, because, they're tethers as well, who want to be on the side of Nabisco mommy and Nabisco daddy, and they want to go against what everybody else saying about it. Just to show, hey, I'm a good little pet. Go on, pat me on the head. Let's go here.
So for those that claim that America is so oppressive and against people of color, just move your stupid ass to one of these crazy ass liberal states with these liberal judges. This woman, Shiloh Hendricks, was criminally charged with disorderly conduct for calling a Somalian pedophile the hard R. Like she was charged in court. This is some crazy shit. Definitely a knock on free speech. But y'all claim America is the worst place in the world. But you could literally get convicted for calling a person of color the N-word. That doesn't sound too oppressive to me.
You know what it sounds like?
So for those that claim that
it sounds like you fools still don't understand what's going on. And all you're doing is listening to other Nabiscos cry about it. So that brings people such as yourself who wants proximity to Nabiscos coming out crying about it as well. Let's go here. I don't know what kind of fucking stallion this is, and excuse my French, but that is a male horse. God dang it, we got Godfrey, Mr. Ed. We got Bojack, the Nabisco horse. What's the name of this horse here, family? Somebody please give me a name for this horse right here. I just can't do it. I can't do it whatsoever. Everything about this horse is weird. Everything about this horse is weird. The top and the face, the makeup, the everything, the hair. I'm just so confused. Maybe she's not a horse. Maybe she's a donkey. She damn sure is talking like one. Oh, great minds think alike. She damn sure talking like one. Let's get into it. A trans MAGA horse. I am done for the day. A trans MAGA horse. Okay, that would actually compute. That would actually compute. A transvestigation is required. Oh man, this ain't one of the trans Tifas apparently, but it's a trans. We know there's something wrong here. That's Clifford in the wig. Let's get into what this jackass had to say.
Shiloh Hendricks is being charged for calling a Somalian pedophile a nigger along with his niglet child. They were attacked at a park, provoked by the Somalians that are taking over her city. What sense does it make for an invader like that, and also a fucking pedophile, to provoke a white woman, and the white woman gets arrested because she was defending her and her child? Mind you, there were no hands put on each other. Words were thrown.
This woman looks like she can go, and our man looks like once he or she gets home, the first thing that he or she does is pull her skin from her chin all the way back, and her whole face in the wig comes off at one piece. That's just one attachment. It's not really her face. His face. Look, you see the Elmer's glue, not just up here though. Hold on, let me show my cursor. Not just up here, but down here under this chin. This is a strong chin. That's a man's chin. That is a man's chin. A skin suit. Oh man. Everybody wants to get clicks and views. You are absolutely right, my sister. You are absolutely right. Donkey from Shrek. Okay. Eddie Murphy is playing this character in the background, is what you're telling me? We're going to find out in about a month or so that Eddie Murphy played this character? All right. Shout out to Daryl Williams. He says Sergeant Slaughter chin. Oh, man. That chin can be used to cut a diamond. I can tell you that much right now. And she got a little cleft in her chin. So she tried to mimic the Michael Jackson. She hit her chin on a sharp rock just to make sure. You know, I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Nigger was said, and somehow the white woman is being charged for that. What has this world come to? What has this fucking world come to where white women cannot say the N-word? To where white people are being put in prison for defending themselves, just like Chud the Builder shot a fucking nigger who provoked him. Somehow he's sitting in prison, and the nigger is out here somewhere free or fucking dead. Niggers fail to understand is that white people are in charge of the N-word, meaning they invented that word. It came from their history. Where in that timeline does it say that niggers created nigger? Because y'all are the ones being called that by white people. To not have
Nigga, please.
They still do not need rights anyways, but that's another story. Y'all have rights that white people fought for. Y'all didn't fight for your own rights. to end slavery. White people did. White people are the
Family, what the hell is this African talking about? What is this African talking about? And you wonder why we're making sure to call ICE. We're making sure that the president stay on his job when it comes down to deporting people such as yourself. And I'm pretty sure that you're an anchor baby here. But God dang it, Trump, figure out who her parents is and get them to freak out of here. His parents. I'm pretty sure that's Louis. Out here looking like Tevin Campbell with a goddamn wig on. Can we talk to Nabiscos?
the ones who changed the laws for you. People who have helped you for histories, years of history, all because you want the right to be a nigger. The thing with racism is that racism nowadays is just telling a black person to behave in public. It's just basically telling them to be civilized in public. That's one thing that'll get you called racist in 2026. Somehow. Progressives is just one.
Shout out to Miss Niecy. She said, "Church, remember that movie Toxic Avenger?" Oh man, y'all are killing this nigga dude. I can't even fix my mouth to say woman. It's just not feeling right to me. An African zombie. Oh man, y'all is out here. Kiki Arnold Palmer. God damn. Oh, family, continue.
Want the niggers to win. Oh.
Family, y'all is going off. She looked thrown together. Oh man, family. Like I said, these folks, these tiers are just so diverse. I didn't expect to have more than Nabisco tiers here today, but damn it, Gabrielle Union's son. Oh geez, why'd you do it? Noman Candle. Naomi Campbell. Jesus Christ. You guys are out here. Y'all are wretching this woman. Y'all are wrecking her bad. Not a pelican face. Oh my God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Most High. I was not expecting this today. I was not. Shout out to our sister Yaya Israel. Thank the Most High that these people will receive judgment for running their mouths against us. And I'm with you 100% fold. And until they do, until that time comes, we just gonna laugh at they ass the way they supposed to be laughed at. A pot of rotten bushmeat, ain't family. Bruce Jenner 3. Family, we can't continue without playing this so-called attorney who seems not to get it through his head what the case is about either. Blair Witch Project of some kind.
A woman prosecuted because of what was captured on video. Yet when the public asked to watch the trial itself, the state fought to keep the cameras out, and the judge concurred. Why? What exactly was the public not supposed to see? I argued on the record for transparency, not for publicity, transparency. I argued that the people of Rochester, the citizens of Olmsted County, the people of Minnesota, and every American should be allowed to watch the process.
Wait a second. I want y'all to understand what this man is talking about. He's talking about the fact that there was no cameras allowed in the courtroom. Now, when it was Carmelo Anthony, they were saying, oh, the judge has the right to do so. But now that is Shiloh Hendricks, and it's a way lesser case. A way lesser case. All of a sudden, Everybody's in the uproar about the courts not allowing cameras. Let's continue.
To see the witnesses, to hear the arguments, to watch the rulings, to decide for themselves whether justice was done. And the judge denied it. Think about the contradiction. A camera in a park became the centerpiece of a criminal prosecution, but a camera in a courtroom becomes unacceptable. One camera is welcomed and the other is feared. One camera used for a $340,000 GoFundMe shakedown, and the other is feared. One camera used to convict a woman for protected speech, and the other is feared. Attorney Corrales writes, justice is not a private club. It doesn't belong to judges. It doesn't belong to prosecutors. It belongs to the people. And public confidence is not built by asking citizens to trust the system. It's built by letting them watch it. Sunlight is uncomfortable. So is accountability. If a courtroom cannot withstand the scrutiny of the citizens it serves, then we have a much larger conversation to have than the outcome of a single case. The people were told to trust the process. I asked that they be allowed to see it. Those are not the same things. It's time to wake the F up, Brian Corrales. My buddy Costas Moros does a lot of Second Amendment legal advocacy. He's an attorney. And he notes, the problem isn't the conduct. When we watched that Shiloh video with the audio off, there's nothing about her conduct that could contribute to imminent violence. Nothing. So it's only about
the N-word is an insightful word regardless of if you turn off the sound and someone is physically contributing to that N-word. When you use the N-word, especially as a Nabisco, there is a history of violence behind that word. So it is insightful. And this man being an attorney and not understanding that, oh, this is why the Nabiscos, they need a system of white supremacy. They need a system of free goodies and giveaways. Because he can be given a law degree without knowing the damn law.
About the word. It's only about the word. Even worse, by the way, Costas points out elsewhere, we have an equal protection of the law problem here, because we all know that if the Somali migrant videographer had been calling Shiloh Hendricks a cracker, there would have been no prosecution of him for disorderly conduct.
Absolutely. You know why? Because there isn't a history of violence behind the word cracker, you Nabisco. There's a history behind the word N-word. Especially with the hard E-R. I see it in the chat, family, and I, sir, will oblige.
Send in the clowns.
This only happens when a white person uses the magic N-word against a person of color. If we flip the races, the same thing wouldn't happen. That's not equal protection under the law. That's having one group, one tribe, having favored status. Favored status.
All right. So this is the idiot. Now that I played the idiot who's an attorney that clearly don't understand what's going on here, I'm going to go ahead and play one of our good brothers in the new black media. Shout out to our good brother, Kid Gravity and Beyond. He actually did a video about this, and I was actually going to read this whole thing, but instead I thought, well, since my good brother already did the video, what I did was I put it onto my my post page or my community page, so you can find the full video there. But I'm also going to play just a clip of the video here. Let's go here, family.
That right there is what it means. First Amendment, you're not supposed to abridge my freedom of speech. And I'm like, okay, so you don't know how to click a hyperlink. Cool. Let me help you. So it says freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is the right to speak, write, and share ideas and opinions without facing punishment from the government. Now, I know they're going to look at that and they say, well, she got arrested. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. She said that to a private citizen. Rules are out. Just like when y'all start talking crazy online and then you get your account suspended or disabled or deleted, you're in a private business at that point. They don't adhere to the same rules. Because if they did apply the rules of the First Amendment, as the publisher, every one of these apps that allow you to talk can be sued. But we're going to continue. The First Amendment protects this right by prohibiting Congress from making laws that would curtail freedom of speech. Even though freedom of speech is protected from infringement by the government is still free to restrict speech in certain circumstances. Some of these circumstances include obscenity and indecency. That should go without saying. But, some of them will tell you that you should let it all ride. Okay. Defamation. You're not allowed to defame anybody. That's why a lot of people, including myself, when we start talking about certain individuals or certain situations, we say allegedly. Incitement. Now, this is the one that I know there's a lot of big words here. They didn't read it, but we're going to help them. If a person has the intention of inciting the violations of laws that is imminent and likely while directing this incitement at a person or group of persons, their speech will not be protected under the First Amendment. This test was created by the Supreme Court in Brandenburg v. Ohio. See what that says? See what that says? If the person has the intention of inciting the violations of laws that is imminent and likely while directing this incitement at a person or groups of persons, their speech will not be protected under the First Amendment. We all saw that video. That man confronted her for saying the N-word to that little kid. And she didn't even just walk away. She kept it going, which is going to fall under directing incitement at a person or groups of persons.
And the last thing on that list is fighting words. So not only was she inciting, but she was using fighting words in her incitement. Yeah. She deserved to go to jail, to be honest with you, because she still got a slap on the wrist. Shout out to our brother Kid Gravity for once again bringing that in. Now, I want to show you what they're really mad about, because a lot of them have already said it. What does this world come to if a white woman can't say the N-word? It's coming to this.
I've got a fucking epilepsy, you fucking touch me again, you black fucking nigger.
I knew it was gonna come out. I knew it. I knew it. Go. No. Fuck you.
Now you see now, you done fucked up, you know that, don't you?
Girl, you're going to jail. You're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. You're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. You're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. You're going to jail tonight.
Oh, you know what? Let me run that back.
Going to jail. Going to jail. Going to jail. Going to jail. Girl, you're 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 going to jail. You're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. You're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. You're going to jail tonight. That lady's going to jail. You're going to jail tonight.
Yeah, that's what the world is coming to. That's what it's coming to. Leave black people alone. Period. Point in black. And you won't have to worry about what the world is coming to. Be very clear about that. I want to make sure you're very clear about that. And for all the people who are running around here, especially the tethers, talking about, well, you say the N-word. How is that fair that she can't say the N-word? Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to let your fellow tether. Well, actually, I take that back because he's not a tether. I'm going to let your fellow African come out and explain to you, since you just don't understand when foundational say it. Let's go here.
Don't call me the N-word. But many of the same people saying that continue to use the N-word themselves every day. If it's such a hateful, offensive word, then why keep giving it life by using it? Why keep normalizing it in music, conversations, social media, and everyday speech? The issue I have is the double standard. The people who use the N-word the most are often the first to become outraged when someone outside their group uses it.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're not even Black American, right? I'm South African. I live in South Africa. I'm never leaving my fucking country to go to another person's country and then disrespect them. You do the same thing, by the way. I'm assuming this girl is probably Nigerian or West African or any other African country, certainly not South African. You come to South Africa and do the same thing, mind you, and disrespect people here. You go to people's country. You did the same thing in Ghana. You go to all these different countries and you are so entitled. You disrespect groups. First of all, in South Africa, if there's a word, the K word, you can't say the K word in South Africa. It's a racial slur. Even if you're Black, you can't say it. If you think you're from another country, you're going to say that word, you're going to be put in jail. Every single race, every single group in different parts of the world have their racial slurs that they're sensitive about. Black Americans chose to go about it a different way. That's their right. Where they said, okay, look, we're going to embrace it because it means something different to them than it does when people outside of them use it, especially white people. So when they say don't use it, you should be able to respect that. Don't they deserve respect? Why do you only question them? But when Jewish people set boundaries on certain words or certain salutes that you aren't supposed to do, you keep quiet. Every other race, not just Black people or Jewish people or like, you know, Arab people, they all have their sensitive spots in which they demand respect. God forbid you just respect them for once and move on. You're making this a whole thing. Mind you, you're Black. You're Black and you're going to America. You're trying to align with the racist whites and you're going against Black Americans. Why would you do that? Why don't you go back to your fucking country then? If you're going to disrespect every Black person that you go into their country, what is your problem? What is your problem?
Family, I'm not going to lie. I got to go ahead and hit him with the round of applause. You know what? That's right there. That's an African brother. I have no problem with saying that. When we say check your people, check your damn people. And this man came straight on out from the gate with the fire. Shut the F up. Just shut the F up. And I'm like, yes. 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 But you know, can't nobody do it the way we do it. So let me go ahead and play our good brother Alfonso. Shout out to him. Let's go here.
Y'all kill me because you guys act as if you don't understand alchemy. At least you don't understand it when it comes to Black Americans, which is crazy because we are more than likely the most natural and powerful alchemists there are, right? Every group has lingo amongst themselves that's okay, but if an outsider says it, it's a slur. The LGBTQ community has certain things that they can say amongst themselves, but an outsider such as myself saying it, it would be a slur. Women have their lingo that it's okay amongst them, but me as a man saying it, it would be a slur. The same goes for Black Americans. It's a slur coming from anybody that's not a Black American to say nigga. However, amongst ourselves, it's a term of endearment. We flipped the word, we alchemized it, and we made it our own. Just like people that wear a cross, even though Jesus Christ was crucified on it, because they turned it into a sign of hope because their Lord and Savior sacrificed himself for their sins. The word nigga is not the same when Black Americans say it in comparison to white supremacy saying it. It has a completely different context because we flipped it and alchemized it.
Family, as I stated, I've been laughing the whole damn time with this Shiloh Hendrix situation. You know, they really expose white supremacy by showing the world what they fight for. And in the word of Jason Black, this is good. Let the world see how fragile supremacy is. Let the world see how fragile your little hearts and minds are. And let the world see how all of you get on code in order to protect that little fragile heart of yours, the little fragile brain. Go ahead and cry harder. I'll use all those tears to make a little lemonade. Now, let's move on to the real meat and potatoes with a side of greens. Let's talk about the blackout reaching the DNC. Because in case you haven't noticed, family, the mere fact that we ain't been rocking with the Democrats, we ain't been allowing them to come to us and use us. We've been calling out all their shams and chicanery, all of their goddamn little act blues and their little what is it, US aid, all that. Ever since that's been happening, the Democrats, more namely the DNC itself, hasn't been in a good place. Us blacking out the DNC has put the DNC in a place where they can't even pay their bills. Oh, family. Oh, we about to go there. Let's go there and let's go there and stand on the square. Because, you know, business needs to be stood on. Let me remind you of some of the things. Let me give a shout out to our good brother Black Alpha. Let's go here. Oh, my fault, family. Forgot to put it on the screen. Let me roll it back.
You are gifted. You are important. You matter. You come from people. There is pride. There is pride.
On behalf of Foundational Black Americans, we demand cash payment reparations from Allah. On behalf of Foundational Black Americans, we demand cash payment reparations. You're not going to use our ancestors' legacy to give money to illegals, immigrants. We're Foundational Black Americans. We built this country. We're not voting for you. We're not voting for the Democrats. And we're not voting for anybody until we get paid. Remember that. SBA. SBA. Cash payment reparations.
You are gifted. You are.
Situations like that, didn't he double back and did this?
Sir, what are your thoughts on reparations for Black Americans? Oh, I think that we need to make sure that there is opportunity for everyone in America, and there haven't been enough opportunities. Specific for Black Americans? Well, I think we need. No, I think we need to look at early childhood and where we started. I think we need to look at where different dollars go in terms of economic development. I think we need to. HR 40, and HR 40 been for a long time. But like specifically for Black Americans, in Kentucky, what we were able to do, for instance, I get it. I'm trying to give you an example of what we've done. Well, I know a lot of them. Okay, I appreciate it. Okay, you don't report it. I'm not. Here, let me follow up. Let's stay in touch. It's okay. What are you? Yeah. What's your name? It's on my card. Oh, no, tell me your name. I got here. Okay. So he doesn't support reparations for Foundational Black Americans, and y'all seen every single excuse that they gave. And y'all know exactly how it goes. Kentucky, I ain't asked about Kentucky. I said for Black Americans. Sir, what are your thoughts on reparations for Black Americans? Oh, I think that we need to make sure that there is opportunity for everyone in America, and there haven't been enough opportunities.
Yeah, with those type of things happening, and then, you know, family out in California, and then hell, all the stuff that our sister Brooke and our good brother Divine has been doing it. And I usually highlight our good brother Divine, President Divine to be more specific, and our sister Brooke. But I want to highlight somebody that I haven't highlighted yet on this broadcast, and our sister is in the chat. So shout out to our sister K Fighter. Much love to you, because she's also out here doing things like this too.
Yes, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Miss Forrester.
Okay, our video is disabled.
Yes.
Okay, I'm here to advocate today for lineage-based reparations for the descendants of those who suffered under American slavery, in particular in New York. The claim for reparations begins with slavery itself, forced labor, the theft of human beings, the destruction of families, the kidnapping of free people, and the uncompensated wealth extracted from generations of our ancestors. I am concerned that much of the discussion surrounding reparations continues to focus almost exclusively on the descendants of Africans while overlooking a critical historical reality. Thousands of free Black Americans were kidnapped and sold into slavery. These men, women, and children were not born enslaved. They were free people whose liberty was stolen and whose descendants suffered under the same fate of those who were born into bondage. The history is well documented, with works such as The Black New Yorkers, published by the Schomburg Center, Dr. Jonathan Daniel Wells' research on the New York Kidnapping Club, and Richard Bell's Stolen, 5 Free Boys Kidnapped into Slavery in their Astonishing Legacy Home, provide evidence of a widespread system that targeted free Black people and sold them into slavery. When we discuss reparations, we must tell a complete story of American slavery. The injury was not limited to those transported from Africa, which in recent times have lowered the numbers to less than 500,000. The majority went to the Caribbean and South America. So we have to tell the real truth here. When you have legacy organizations that continue to fail, Dr. Cody is a member of the National Action Network, the Urban League, and other organizations continue to align themselves with the Democratic Party, the same party whose edict from its foundation from Martin Van Buren said that they will do nothing to progress those of us who are descendants of freedmen. They live by that policy. And I don't appreciate Dr. Cody or anyone else throwing shots at individuals. She's the one who said we should stay focused on the task. Well, stay focused on the task. The task is to attain cash direct payments to those who can prove their genealogy, as Dr. Darity and Kirsten Mullen just laid out. It's very easy to do. There are apparatuses to help you do that. All of you who come from immigrant backgrounds have a moral compass. If you're going to give testimony, fall in line with the descendants of freedmen, not what you want. Take that up with Caricom. Yes, can everybody?
Family, where is it? Where is it? That girl good. I got the shout out to Sister Keisha. Make sure that y'all are following the Thorough Black Talk. When I said the Brooklyn Bridge be on fire, that was just a small piece. Just a small piece. And like I said, I usually highlight our sister Brooke. I usually highlight our brother, President Divine. But our sister Keisha, she deserved that moment. She deserved that shine there. God dang it, because she lit. And if you noticed in the background, Ether was playing the whole damn time because that's what she was doing. Ether in them cats. I thought she turned into Nas for a second. I had to, like, oh, okay, she's not Nas. All right, that's still Sister Keish. All right, all right. Shout out. Oh, what the hell happened? Okay. Shout out to our sister Keisha. Much love to you. And thank you for always doing what you do and being who you be. Now, with all that happening, the Democratic Party ain't really getting the message in the way that they need to be getting the message. So now it's hitting their pockets. Oh, yeah. See, the universe moves with expeditious speed. And we said that we're blacking out everything. We're blacking out everybody. If you do not respect us, if you don't want to bring us policy, if you don't want to actually do something of tangible benefit for us, oh, you're blacked out, just like the Asians and their businesses is blacked out, just like the Africans and their businesses is blacked out, the Latinos and their businesses blacked out. The DNC, quite literally, suffering from the blackout. Let's go here, family.
You know, Democrats, they're much more like this. They're your $1 bills, while Republicans, you're much more like this. Your 50s, and dare I say, even your $100 bills, because just take.
The man just called the Democrats a dollar bill. I don't. Let's continue.
Take a look here. Cash on hand from the main outside groups, ergo your congressional committees, right? Your NRSC. Take a look here. Republicans at this point, $657 million. My goodness gracious. That's why I'm talking about these bills, right? $100 bills. While the Democrats, only about $334 million, only about half the level of Republicans. And of course, cash is what makes the world go round in politics. Now, you think that these numbers are bad? How about the national committees themselves? The RNC, the DNC, Republican National Committee, Democratic National Committee. Look at this. Cash they have, June 2026. The RNC, $129 million. That's pretty gosh darn good, right? But get this, the Democrats are in a rarity. The DNC is red on your screen. Why are they red? Because they're literally in the red, way down there. They're actually in negative territory. That's cash on hand subtracted by the party debt. The party debt actually is greater than the cash on hand. The Democratic National Committee, it's broke. It's basically broke. And why is this? What is going on here? And it is because...
Now, family, this is CNN. This isn't Fox. This is CNN or NBC, whatever. This is the liberals admitting this. Just to help you understand the gravity of the situation.
Democratic enthusiasm for the...
I want to also go here. Get a little bit of all of it.
All right, Senator Tommy Tuberville joins us now. Sir, good to have you back on. You know Washington better than most people. When the administration and the State Department dismantled USAID, and it made such a big splash, how damaging was that, do you believe, to the Democrat Party apparatus in Washington?
Well, everything's adding up, Rob. They are really struggling raising money. It looks like that they're trying to even sell off some of their property to try to get some of their money back that they've spent over the last few years. They're having a tough time. USAID, the NGOs, we all knew they were getting money from somewhere, and we're keeping a better eye, too, on money coming from overseas, from China and some of these other countries. But we knew they couldn't raise that much money. There were enough $5 and $10 donors out there to raise the millions and millions that they're raising. Look at what Kamala Harris spent. She spent, over $1 billion in a 3-month period. But it's pretty much all come to a stop. We're saving the taxpayers' money now. President Trump's done a great job of finding out where that money's coming from, and it's working out pretty good for us on the Republican side.
Do you think there's a couple different reasons why they're broke right now? Is it a combination of the devastating loss in 2024, also USAID, also this push toward the radical left? I think all of that is adding up to where they are financially.
Oh, 100%. There's no doubt. You know, when you start talking about socialism and communism in your party, and you have people like AOC, Mandami from Uganda 8 years ago just moved here. Gavin Newsom, he couldn't run a circus. I mean, this guy's run California into the ground. When you got these people as your leaders, who in the world wants to give to them? The corporations are not going to do it. They understand where this country is going, and they want to make sure we stay a constitutional republic. So everything's kind of adding up on the Democrats right now. It's going to backfire. We knew it was going to come sooner or later, but just wait and see if they get an influx of money for the next few months. I don't think it'll happen, but some people say they will.
Yeah. Let's talk about New York for a second. Zoran Mamdani, our mayor here, our socialist mayor, announcing, had a big press conference today regarding these 5 city-run grocery stores that he says will all be open by...
We'll get back to that at a later time. I want Mamdani for a whole different broadcast. We're going to deal with Mamdani in that grocery store situation at a later date, but I also want to play this clip for you here. Oh, Morning Joe. Oh, Joe was pissed off. Mr. Scarborough. I forget his last name. Scarborough, whatever. This man, he's about to go to hell off. And I watched this the other day and started crying. I mean, physically laughing so hard that tears came down my cheeks, and I was wiping my cheeks with my hands, and I'm sitting there like, damn, why is this so funny to me? Well, maybe you can tell me, family. Let's go here.
So we move now from things making a lot of money to things losing a lot of money. At 7 minutes past the top of the hour, there is new reporting
This has to be a
morning
DNC story.
on the dire financial situation.
He said this has to be a DNC story. Joe, you are with the DNC, sir. Like, I think he forgot that he was a Democrat. I'm just losing. Okay, let's go.
For the Democratic National Committee, now less than 100 to things losing a lot of money. At 7 minutes past the top of the hour, there is new
This
reporting
has to
this
be a
morning
DNC story.
on the dire financial situation for the Democratic National Committee. Now less than 100 days until the midterm elections. The New York Times reports the Democratic Party is so short on cash that leaders are asking vendors not to send bills until after the midterm
That's not good.
elections. The paper spoke to 3 people briefed on the move who called it a bookkeeping maneuver. The paper highlights a cash disparity between the two parties, noting that President Trump controls a $400 million super PAC. The Republican National Committee is sitting on nearly $130 million, while the DNC is $2 million in debt.
Yeah.
The news outlet Notice also has new reporting on the DNC putting its physical headquarters up for collateral last year in order to obtain a $15 million line of credit.
This is just
to
so
help
Family, these people had to mortgage their goddamn headquarters. Tell me you ain't shutting down the DNC. Tell me they ain't feeling the blackout. They had to mortgage their headquarters because they wasn't pulling any money in. Because people aren't donating. People aren't rocking with the Democratic Party. And all of their little ways to funnel money into the Democratic Party has been shut down. So now they're 2 million in the hole. And last year they had to goddamn mortgage their headquarters. Give yourself a round of applause. You deserve it. Let's continue.
Invest in off-year elections. The paper also reports that in a peak of frustration earlier this month, Martin threw his phone at the desk of a junior aide while upbraiding the person. The phone tossing incident resulted in a formal complaint to the DNC's HR department. None of the people the Times spoke to witnessed the encounter, and there was some dispute over how aggressively the phone was tossed.
See, that's the key. How aggressively was the phone tossed?
Are we really in the weeds this deep? As Mr. Martin was said to have thrown the phone at the desk rather than at the aide.
Okay.
Oh my God.
First of all, John Heilman, I'm going to you because I know you saw Tropic Thunder. Who knew the DNC would pick Les Grossman as their as the head of their? He is Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder, and not only that, I'm sorry, with the president's approval ratings at an all-time low, with the ballot test at an all-time high for Democrats. With Democratic candidates raising money, John Ossoff, I mean, good Lord, they're raising money left and right, but they still are at this huge disadvantage because Ken Martin is, get this, when Democrats should be doing better than ever, Ken Martin is mortgaging the DNC to be able to pay bills. I'll say that again.
Damn it, he's mortgaging again. So he mortgaged last year, and he's mortgaging again this year. How is this even Oh, man, you can't make this up. This is just golden. Shout out to my sister Shanti in the building. Much love to you. Oh, man, family, I'm just saying, I hope the popcorn is piping hot. I hope the popcorn is piping hot. I hope you got your drinks. Let us continue.
We have a DNC head that is mortgaging the building so he can take out a loan. And when he's not doing that, the New York Times reports that he's going full, and you never go full Les Grossman, but he's gone full Les Grossman, throwing the phone at
You
the desk.
don't want to go full Les Grossman.
Hey,
You don't want to go
never
full Les
go full.
Grossman. No.
Then you never go full Les Grossman.
Okay, even I know what you're talking about, Scott.
You don't go full Les Grossman.
You don't do it.
Though.
Just stop.
Can I ask you this question, though, about Democrats?
Okay,
For Republican, raised no money like 3 or 4 months ago. This is not a new story. 3 or 4 months ago, I was asking people, why does this guy still have a job? I don't know Ken Martin. I'm sure he's a wonderful guy. I'd like to play Parcheesi with him sometime.
No.
But if you're in debt, well, the Republicans have almost $200 million. You got to go. Why is this guy still in his job? Will Democrats once again snatch defeat from the jaws of victory? What a Democratic thing to do, to say, well, if we lose, if we hand full ultimate power, autocratic power over to Donald Trump over the next 2 years, instead of taking control of the House and the Senate, which we should do if you look at every single poll that's out there, well, then we'll change this bureaucrat that nobody's heard of or nobody knows. Republicans, let me tell you, Ken Martin right now would be flipping patties on the back grill at the Capitol Hill Club. There's no way Republicans would keep a guy like this who had his party in debt still running that party. It's not a close call. How does this guy have his job? And if Democrats don't get rid of him right away and put somebody like Rahm in, yeah, somebody like Rahm, that a lot of people in the party hates. But you know, Rahm knows how to win elections. And I know that for some people that just doesn't matter, but Rahm knows how to fight, win, and raise money. Get him or somebody else that's done this before who knows how to win, and get the phone throwing Les Grossman guy, get him flipping patties at the DNC fundraiser next week.
Oh, family. Oh, family, I think the DNC needs some amazing grace. Oh, I think they're living on a prayer. When you gotta refinance and you got a mortgage not once but twice. Oh, when you ain't got no money coming in from your Act Blues and your goddamn USAIDs and your little organizations, and your lights looking like they're gonna be turned off next week. Oh, family, yeah, I think they need a little amazing grace. I think they should get on their knees and pray to the Most High and say, Most High, please, please, please make sure that FBA don't go. Please, please don't go. I love you so. Oh, family. Yeah, it looks like, they're in for, a little run for their money there, and I'm very, very happy. That is a great point, my sister. That is a great point. Remember, George Floyd, Black Lives Matter brought them out of bankruptcy. It looks like they're going right back in. Yeah, ain't no Black Lives Matter going to be able to come out and save them now, no matter. And you've been seeing a reemergence of the quote unquote organization Black Lives Matter, but it ain't been working because ain't nobody been putting their energy behind it. Oh, yeah, family, I'm happy to see this. And as our brother said, Chuck and Nancy freaking out. They are freaking out. They know what's going on. For everybody who thought that they were just going to be able to play in our faces, now they see the DNC need a payday loan. Shout out to S Load Frame. Excuse me. Shout out to you, family. They need a payday loan. That is wild. That's all because you blacked them out, family. And I want to show a couple of those Act Blue situations, if you don't mind, family. This was their cash cow right here. This was their cash cow. And it got cut off. And since they don't have any real support, what do you need a cash cow for? Let's go here. Bada bing. I'm going to show you a couple of ways they thought they was going to be able to continue to do so. But let's go here.
Well, here we are out in the deep, thick country of Michigan, looking for one Elizabeth Waffle, 88 years old, donated nearly $150,000 in the last 5 years to Democratic causes. This is one of El Sayed's micro donors. Doesn't look like the Taj Mahal by any means. Come along. Where's the house? Okay, if I'm not back in 5 minutes, call somebody. Ding, 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 ding. Hello? Here's a walker. Hi, madam.
Okay.
Pleasure. My name's Charlie. Are you Elizabeth Waffle?
Okay.
It says here that you've donated $150,000 in the last 5 years to various campaigns, and that you've made nearly 15,000 donations.
I doubt it.
You want to see it?
15,000, yeah.
15,000 separate donations on the computer. Did you make 15,000 donations in 5 years? $150,000?
150? Hell no. I don't have that kind of money.
Do you have internet?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
Do you have a computer?
No,
No? So how could you make all these donations?
I don't know. Are these all mine?
Yes, this is, now, there's 900 pages. I ran out of paper to print it on. Yeah, all of these.
I have bad knees, and then I went out and sprained an ankle. And so I'm...
Well, with $150,000, you get those knees replaced.
No, I don't think I dare spend that much.
When's the last time you lived in Canfield?
Well, I lived there for 1 year after the house burned.
Oh, your house here burned, yeah? So what it has here, here's the dates. In August 27th of 2024, you not only contributed on the same day from this address, but also from the Canfield address. So it says like you were in two places at the same time on the same day.
Well, I still own the property out here, so...
Surely.
Yeah.
But it says how many contributions that day did you do? It's 10.
It could be. I don't remember quite that much of it, but
Not $150,000 though.
I can't believe it.
And not 15,000 times.
Yeah.
And you have spotty internet. What's this one? Aaron Rugenberg?
Rugenberg.
Rugenberg.
That name doesn't ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell. Huh?
Doesn't mean a bill at all.
150,000 is
I
abnormal.
don't. 150,000 is very abnormal, and I think it's wrong. I think there's something in there that's off.
Can you show me how to make a donation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Come on.
Internet.
This thing hates me. I'm not on the internet right at the moment. I'll get it straightened around when I get in the house, if that ever happens.
How long, when'd your house burn down?
2 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Everything goes through Act Blue. Act Blue is like the bank.
So everything you do goes through ActBlue. You don't go to amyklobuchar.com and donate.
No, I do everything through Act Blue.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. All ActBlue. Got a couple bucks I could borrow?
Are you kidding? I got a couple guys coming back to mow the lawn, and I just went through my pocket to see if I had enough money for them.
Do you?
I think so.
You need a couple? You need a couple bucks to give to the guys to mow your lawn?
Yeah.
I got it. Elizabeth, where's your car? This one? Maybe I'll call some of these politicians and get your money back. Yes, ma'am. Power to the people.
Family, y'all is over here going wild in here. And I agree with you. I was looking past her the whole time, looking at her house like, damn, that is full of trash. So when they say trailer trash, not to be rude, but hell, it looks like every area that they showed was full of goddamn trash. Let's go here when they first opened. Look at this behind her, family. Like this family. And they say that she donated $150,000. Let's go here, family.
We're checking to make sure your identity wasn't stolen. It says that you've donated $82,000 to political campaigns.
Well, I may have donated $2.50. That would be about it.
Who do you like for governor?
Well, now?
Yeah.
No idea.
No idea just yet.
I'm not.
And yet we're donating every month to Benson. I think what they might be doing is taking your name and taking a big pot of money and then using your name to spread it in to make it look legal when it probably. We're checking to make sure your identity.
So you got another one saying she don't recognize it at all. See, these type of situations have eliminated the ability of Act Blue to give millions of dollars, billions of dollars, maybe even, to Democratic candidates. And so these folks are left in the slums. They don't know what to do with themselves, because the truth of the matter is, all the numbers are saying the same thing, that this isn't looking too good for Democrats. And I'm going to show you some of the numbers, family. I'm going to show you some of the numbers, and I'm going to make sure to do it from the same NBC or CNN, whatever the hell it says. Excuse my French. Because I don't want people to say, well, those are Republican numbers. Those are Republican figures. Okay, cool. No problem. I don't want anybody thinking that we're not going to look at this thoroughly. So let's go here. Bada bing, bada boom. Here's the first thing I want to show.
Talking down there underneath the Potomac. We're talking down there with the Titanic. We're talking 24 points underwater. And this is just the party overall. This isn't the congressional leadership. This is the party. The party. It's just a terrible, terrible, terrible brand. Terrible. I want to almost get my Charles Barkley. Terrible, terrible. I can't even do a Charles Barkley. But the bottom line is it's absolutely terrible. Now, what is the reasons? Why is the Democratic brand so terrible? The Democratic Party net favorability.
Now, this is coming from their own networks. This is coming from their own networks. Okay? Let's go here.
Apathy, not believing that Democrats can change anything, because the impacts of democratic policies on your cost of living, only 41% say help, hurt, or wouldn't change it. The clear majority, nearly 3 in 5, 59%. So look, these are all the red flags. If in fact Democrats can't take back control of either the House and or the Senate, and if Trump can stop them, this is what's going on. Apathy, not believing that Democrats.
All right, so 59% don't even think that the Democratic Party and their policies would help whatsoever if they were to get back into office. Oh man, we put these people on full display, and now everybody is saying the same damn thing. Now, let's go here. Let's talk about the voter ID. Because while the Democrats are shutting down the government every chance they get over the goddamn Save America voter ID situation, Americans are favoring it.
Yeah, overwhelming support for it. We've spoken about it before, and the polling really hasn't shifted all that much, and you can just see it right here. Okay, so we're talking about voters favoring photo ID to vote. Among all voters, we're talking 77%. And this is uniform, basically, or universal, I should say. Universal. Democrats, 62%. Independents, 77%. Republicans, 95%. This is something that is popular across the political spectrum. It is a rare thing that is popular across the political spectrum. When it comes to voter ID, the voters are with President Trump on this, whether they're Democrats, Independents, or Republicans. Overall, very clear. We're talking about 3 in 4 overall who support the idea of photo ID in order to vote.
Even 62% of Democrats show an ID when you show up to vote. Now, showing a very specific ID when you register to vote, proof of citizenship like a passport, birth certificate, or real ID, which not every state has. How do voters feel about that?
Yeah, okay, so I think this might be a little bit more in the eye of the beholder. Johnny and I were talking about this. So document proving citizenship to vote. What you can see here is, again, it's clear the majority of Americans, we've seen this in poll after poll after poll. It is legitimate to vote. What you can see here is, again, it's clear the majority are for it. The majority are with President Trump here. We're talking about 54% of Americans. We've seen this in poll after poll after poll. It is lower than the voter ID, but it is clear. You get that 54% who support it. You get 37% opposed, which is a sizable minority, but definitely lower than the majority. And then among independents, which is a group that President Trump has really struggled with, you still see it here, right? You see the majority of it, or the plurality of independents, 49% supporting the idea of needing document proving citizenship to vote, 49% versus 38% who are opposed. So whether it's overall or independents, yes, the support is lower than it is for voter ID, but it is very clear that the majority of people are in fact for it.
It's definitely a majority. It's still not the 80% for voter ID when you show up to vote with the photo there. This is showing proof of citizenship to register there. there are voting, public interest groups who say not everyone has access to a passport or real ID or birth certificate. What are the numbers there?
Yeah, okay. So again, this is a bit in the eye of the beholder. Okay, can produce citizenship proof to vote, like a passport or birth certificate. Very easily, or with some effort, but still pretty easily, 90%. So the lion's share, and this I think is part of the reason why the idea of producing a document to vote is so popular, is because most people think they can do it, at least with some effort or very easily. But there is this 10% who say hard, can't, or unsure, Johnny B, in terms of that. And and then I would just note, just in terms of the chance that it becomes, I think that 10% very much like this number, though, because the chance that the SAVE Act becomes law before January 4th, 2027, it's just a 7% chance, just a 7% chance. So the American people are with it, but it's unlikely going to happen.
Ariane, thank you very much. We do have a lot of news this morning, so we'll be right back.
Oh,
The odds brought to you.
Now, he said the American people is with it, but it's not likely going to happen. Well, there's a couple of people that came out who is now telling the Democratic Party that they should be practicing or should be passing some form of voter ID. And we're going to get to that in a second. We're going to put a pin in that. I want to also go here.
So you think that Democrats, or you might think that Democrats in Congress could see some kind of boost in the polls on this subject. You might think that, but you'd be wrong. With us this morning, CNN Chief Data Analyst.
Whatever, man.
I'm tongue-tied because actually these numbers surprise me. I was looking at them and I am surprised that they are like this. So who do the voters say they trust on Iran?
Johnny B is not the only one who's surprised. You would be looking at all the news coverage. You'd be looking at all the polling on President Trump. And you would think that Democrats would be able to take advantage and be dominating Republicans when it comes to who is trusted to handle the Iran war. That, simply put, is not the case at all. I mean, these numbers are quite surprising. Trust Dems or Republicans on Iran. According to CNBC earlier this month, you'd think, okay, that's one poll. The Republicans trust by 2 points. But then CBS News comes out yesterday, and what do you see? You see the exact same thing. Trump and the Republicans take the cake. They are trusted by 2 points on Iran. Now, one poll is one thing, but you put the two of them together, and you can see that the American people, simply put, are not buying what Democrats are selling on Iran. They still trust Republicans more, even if you look at President Trump's approval ratings on the subject, and they're -2, but yet Republicans and Trump still more trusted than Democrats are in Iran.
Has there been any change over time?
No, and this is even more surprising, right? You might think, okay, as the war has gone on and on and on, you might think, hey, the Democrats would be gaining ground in terms of trust that the American people would give them on Iran. If anything, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Trust Democrats or Republicans more in Iran. In April, according to a Washington Post Ipsos poll, the Democrats were more trusted by 2 points. Again, close margin, no clear leader. But look where the shift has been. If anything, the shift has been in the Republican direction. Now the Republicans and Donald Trump are trusted more by 2 points on Iran. So again, over the course of the war, if anything, the Republicans have been the ones that have been gaining ground, which I think just goes so opposed to all of the news coverage that we have seen so far and all of, the media. You would think, hey, but no, the American people are actually trusting the Republicans and Trump, if anything, more now than they were, so let's say, halfway through the war.
How possible is it that part of this is just that Americans don't like Democrats in Congress much at all?
Yeah, I think this is a big part of it. The Democratic Party and the minds of the American public are weak, to quote the great Tony Blair. I mean, just look at...
Run that back.
Now than they were, so let's say, halfway through the war.
How possible is it that part of this is just that Americans don't like Democrats in Congress much at all?
Yeah, I think this is a big part of it. The Democratic Party and the minds of the American public are weak, to quote the great Tony Blair.
Damn! Family, CNN is actually doing some actual reporting. It is actually doing some actual reporting. I know it's a shocker. But CNN is actually telling the truth now. I wonder why. Let's continue.
I mean, just look at this. Just look at these net approval ratings of Democrats in Congress. In late February, at the beginning of the war, it was -41 points, -39, -39. And so you're just looking at these numbers right here, and you go to yourself, no wonder what's going on at this point, that Democrats simply put cannot take the ball and run with it and actually in the polls be trusted more than Iran, because the Democrats in Congress simply put are not well liked. In fact, these are the 3 lowest on record in terms of percentage points for the approval for Democrats in Congress. So it all put together a picture. Donald Trump and Republicans may not be liked, but Democrats in Congress are really hated.
A lot of this is D crime. I mean, there are Democrats who are unhappy with their own party, who Democrats hope might vote for them anyway in November.
It'd be much easier if they were, actually liked.
Shout out to my sister Rosalind, amazing, the Caucasian Nazi Network. Hey, I'm just as surprised and as shocked as you all are. That's why I included the clip. That's why I included all of these clips, because now they're coming out admitting that everything that we've been saying is correct. Everything that we've been telling the people is correct. Everything that the new black media has been holding the Democratic Party to account for has been correct. And now they can't get around telling the truth because there's way too many of us telling the truth. People don't want to tune in to hear lies. People don't want to tune in to hear lies. That's why they're tuning in to people such as myself. Thorough Black Talk, our sister Brooke, Black Alpha, Beatzilla, Afro Elite, Tariq Nasheed, Jason Black, Professor Black Truth United, Breeze Omega. This is why people are tuning into the new black media. Because we're not here to have an agenda when it comes to this news. No, we just give you the news. But the one thing we will not do is lie about this news. We're going to sit here and we're going to have conversations about things that benefit us economically in our interest. But we're not going to sit here and try to push an agenda for the left, for the right, or either way. No. We're here to give you the information, and we're here to make sure that information not only resonates, but it is understood. And what that is that if people aren't bringing you tangibles, this should be how they go out. This should be exactly how they go out. They should be going out in a pit of fiery bankruptcy. And now you see why all these, Democratic shills are so mad about Tallarico usurping them and not going through them and not using them. Because that money that Tallarico was trying to raise, they want to go to them. Roland wants it to go to him. They all want it to go where they want it to go. And the black media here, the new black media here, has made so many people aware that, yeah, they're not rocking with any of those people, Tallarico or any of that. That's why Tallarico's coming to you. I saw an ad the other day where Tallarico, he was asking for $5 the other day, couple of days ago. He was asking for a $5 donation to help his campaign. Well, just yesterday, last night to be more specific, I saw another campaign that he put out where he was asking, really just begging for a $1 donation from each person who sees the video. He's not doing well either. None of these folks are doing well. Oh, that's an understatement. The DNC pockets are kind of tight. That's an understatement. Exactly, intrigued. Just let them fade away into oblivion. Just go ahead and go. Just go on and go. Family, they got to send out their shills to do a little shilling. And, who else to send out when you want some DNC shilling to take place? Then somebody who quite literally spends most of their time being a clown on SNL and out of SNL. So let me go here before I play this next clip here. You know what? Before we do that, let me go ahead and give a B1 salute to our good brother Snatch Adams in the building. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. Just wait until they find out Helen had a twin. Oh, I don't think they can take it. I don't think they can take it. Shout out to Miss TT once again. Thank you for both of your gifts. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. Shout out. Excuse me, family. I'm sorry. Just got a text message. Shout out to Don't Know Me. Shout out to you and thank you for your gift as well. Your donation is blessed tenfold. I appreciate your contributions as always. And another shout out to our good brother Snatch Adams. Thank you for your contribution. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution. Subtly, they're delineating the camera. Oh yeah, so these go back. Okay, I gotta catch up. Shout out to Tobias Yuda in the building. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, my warrior brother. I appreciate you, fam, and I appreciate you back, my brother. Much love to you. I'm gonna give a shout out to Snatch Adams once again, but I'm gonna give a shout out to him for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Snapchats back to back. Much love to you, my warrior brother. I'm gonna read them all, but all of your donations are blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, my warrior brother. They love white so much, don't they? Damn, you're absolutely correct. They would bathe in whiteness if they could. The next one says, how do you lose the hearts and minds of FBAs? Lies. Absolutely. It only takes one good time to lie to us, and we're done with you. You're done. That's saying, oh, there's another one. How do you lose the protection of FBAs? Disrespect. That's absolute. How do you lose the respect of FBAs? Treachery. A 7-nation army couldn't hold us down. FBA all day. Shout out to my warrior brother. Next time, bring kryptonite. I love it. And shout out to our brother once again. You lazy. You lazy. You lazy. No more money for you. No more money for you. Oh, family. Shout out to Mrs. TT again for your gift. Your donation is blessed tenfold, my warrior sister. And thank you for your contribution, as well as Tethers Dookie Outside, one of my favorite names. Shout out to you, family, and thank you for your gift. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as well. Shout out Nito Swan. Thank you for your gifts. Your donation is blessed tenfold. And shout out to Tethers Dookie Outside. Thank you for your gift once again, and your donation is blessed tenfold. All right, we're all caught up. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Shout out to my brother Cool Keezy in the building, as well as Earth Angel Remix in the building as well. Shout out to the both of you, and thank you for being Jew lady, get them thumbs up. Jew lazy, get them thumbs up. Shout out to my brother. Now, let's get over here, but before we do, you know I gotta play the clip.
Send in the clowns.
Trump is a piece of shit, but Trump did come in here and show us that our shit ain't as tight as we thought.
Yeah.
He literally is he's telling everybody they're not going to do anything. They're just going to bitch. That's all they're going to do. And the Democrats are showing up to a gunfight with a piece of cake. And the old Democrats should know to just go away. Just sit down and let the more progressive and aggressive Democrats step up and fight this fight the way that they're fighting it. Gavin Newsom, to me, was great the way he was responding. Everybody should respond like that. We're scared of someone, and I don't know why we're scared of them. We're looking at the most obvious problem, and it's showing that us as a community have been beaten to submission.
Notice what Leslie is saying here, family. Leslie just threw herself into a Democratic community. That's why we keep telling you, keep your mind focused on you, yours, and the foundational Black American grassroots. Don't worry about any celebrity whatsoever, because in their minds, their community is the Democrats. Because Hollywood is largely a Democratic location. Just want y'all to pick that up, family. Shout out to first class citizen Leslie is Whoopi's baby sister. I would say her older sister that we ain't seen. She just come out of nowhere. But still, shout out. I appreciate you. Shout out to Earth Angel. Much love to you. And thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed in full. And I appreciate your contribution as always. Great podcast. Much love to you, my warrior sister. And thank you for your contribution. Now, let's continue.
And forgotten that we are the people. We're the people. We're the people. Are we going to watch this crumble down, or are we going to do something? And as comedians, we're part of that too. When I go out, I try to make people laugh like a motherfucker, because you need an hour of relief, child. That's what our job is. Our job is to take you away from your problems for a little while and maybe laugh at them too.
Then why don't you go and do your job and stop trying to talk to us about politics as if we don't know what's going on? You see, Leslie loves to come out and talk to Black Americans like we don't know what the hell is going on when it comes to the Democrats. And we told her the last time she came out there doing that nonsense that right there wasn't it. And now here she is caping again, talking about how, oh, well, the Democrats are just being weak. Who are we afraid of? They're afraid of us. The Black grassroots, they're afraid of us. They're afraid that if they do anything for us, oh, that's going to be the opening of Pandora's box. Especially if it's just lineage based. If it's specifically for foundational Black Americans, oh, that is opening up a door that they do not want to open up at all. Benign and neglect they've been practicing for so many years because they did not want to open that door. You better best be believing. Bet your bottom dollar on it. They do not want to open that door. Because the second they do, I wouldn't give a damn if it was the smallest thing. Like they say, you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to give foundational Black Americans, we're going to give each foundational Black American $30,000 if you want to start a business. We want to give you $30,000 in order to go do that. If they start with that, hell, go smaller. If they said, you know what, we're going to make sure foundational Black Americans don't have to pay taxes. You know, they didn't build the country and the nation. It's only fair. We got all these other groups that we do tax deals with for things that didn't even happen here in America. So it's only right to go ahead and make a tax break for foundational Black Americans. If they start there, they know it don't end there, because we're owed reparations. We're owed a Freedmen hate crime bill. We're owed transformative policies in our community. So the second they give us one thing, they already know it's not going to end at that one thing. Now you have set a precedent that you can do this. So do it, just like you do for everybody else, or it's going to get worse and get worse and get worse. Exactly, my sister. Like I said, y'all got to go to her Patreon, because she did that watch party Spies of Mississippi. And they dude quite literally did say he didn't want to lose his standing over us. Like I said, there were so many jewels in that goddamn broadcast. Y'all need to go and watch it 100% fold as soon as we're done here. And we won't be here too much longer. But let's continue. Shout out to my sister. Much love. Now, exactly, yes, it's our turn to not pay taxes plus reparations too. What'd you say? Out here finna get a rebound on the nigga. Oh, you already know Leslie. You already know Leslie out there. Oh man, she on the court. That's how she gotten every boyfriend she's ever gotten. She chased him down. They end up on the basketball court. She grabs the basketball. I'm gonna play for your love. Dude, like my nigga, come on. I'm not even into men. What do you mean, men? I'm a woman. Joanna, man, whatever. Come on, calm down. Let's let her continue.
Because you leave there going, you know what? That shit ain't so bad. You know, that person that was on stage just told me that she's going through what I'm going through too. Like, community, get out, touch some grass, turn your fucking TV off.
I'm not touching grass.
Like, no, but yeah,
I'm not going to touch some fucking
you
grass.
shouldn't touch
No.
grass. You shouldn't touch
No.
grass. You should.
You know what? I was with you the whole way.
You shouldn't touch grass. Not
touching
you.
grass.
You would literally turn into a whelp.
Yeah. Let me mention this
I'm
because it's
sorry.
important. No,
I'm
this
in
is
here preaching.
That was good.
I'm
that
so
was
sorry.
fantastic. That was
It's
healing.
not. It's not.
Eduardo,
It's
I
not.
think you've changed Eduardo's
No,
life.
1,000%. You know, people want me to be president, but I'm too hard.
Who wants you to be president? Oh, family, when I first saw that clip, I did not hear that part whatsoever. Who in the hell has been running around campaigning for Leslie Jones to become president? Whoever it is, come to the front of the classroom. Come to the front of the classroom so I can bitch slap you. I can't even be clean. I can't even, censor that. You need to be bitch slapped. If you believe that Joanna Man needs to be running the country, Lord, family, godly, I hope that was a joke. I better not see anybody running around here with a Leslie for President shirt. I'm going to have to slap them too. Have to put some type of sense in them. Clearly, they don't have the sense that the good Lord gave them. Jesus, godly. I'm sorry, family. I digress. That right there just sent me for a loop. That just sent me. All right, let's go here, family. Let's go here. Not Leslie the linebacker. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Thelma, that is, you ain't right. She said president of what? The zoo? Hey, zookeepers need presidents too, you know? The zoo need a president too. Oh, let's go here, family.
Do you think the Democratic National Committee is a mess?
Yes, I do. And months ago, I called on Ken Martin to resign. The bottom line is that the leadership of the Democratic Party right now is a mess. And this is not the first time they've tried to hide this mess. Remember, Ken Martin said that they would release an autopsy report on what went wrong in 2024 so that we could turn it around and start winning in 2026. And then he covered that up. So we're covering up all kinds of messes.
Do you think the Democratic National Committee is a mess?
Yes, I do. And
more and more people are coming out and just saying what it is. They're not out here trying to spin it. They're not out here trying to give you word salad. Do you think the DNC is a mess? Yes. Yes, I do. Plain, meat, simple. Now, family, we got to talk about your neighborhood bootlick. The man who's always trying to wag his finger at us while going behind the scenes making deals with the Republicans just to save his seat, his job, and whatever else he needs to save. He should be saving his breath because don't nobody want to hear it. Your boy Jim Stephen from Django Clyburn came out and he had a few words to say about Kamala Harris losing. And Jim Clyburn, he seemed pretty upset because the kingmaker didn't make a queen out the situation. The kingmaker ain't been having no sway with the foundational Black American grassroots. The kingmaker, how do we get there? That's not what I was trying to do. Okay, that's cool. The kingmaker is not only struggling, but he's pissed at, the fact that foundational Black Americans didn't show up for Kamala. And he said, and I want to make sure I'm quoting him, he said verbatim that foundational Black Americans has let Kamala Harris down by not going to the polls in 2024. Oh, he said quite literally, it is your fault. You can't blame the messaging. He said it's not the messaging. He said it is your fault for not getting out there and voting for Kamala Harris just because she was on the ticket. And I got to give a B1 salute to the interviewer who gave some pushback on it. Before, nobody would give pushback. But now, people are starting to give pushback to this nonsensical rhetoric. So, let's go here, family.
What lessons did you take from the Biden administration? Like political lessons. Like, was there any political lesson you think there is to take from an administration whose central goal was to stop Donald Trump's return? And here we are.
And he stopped it.
I mean, you stopped it and enabled, I think some would argue.
Well, when the white vote turned out 71% 2 years ago, and the black vote turned out 59%, you tell me whose fault that is.
It's Kamala's fault. Now, family, I want you all to understand, they never love telling the truth until it's time to blame somebody because of their inability to get people off the couch, because of their selection, who selectively said, I will not be doing nothing only for Black people. No. Who didn't come out right after she got the nomination to offer anybody anything. 107 days. And almost 30 to 40 of those days, she went without even being seen. And I want you all to remember, and I'm glad you put this up. Shout out Janie Marshall. Much love to you, and thank you for being here. So 92 and 79 wasn't enough? The Democrats got more support than they deserve. We don't owe them anything. Here's the thing. If you're listening to what Clyburn said, he told the truth. It was not 92%. It was not 79. It was 92% of 59%. 79% of males of 59%. 41% of foundational Black Americans did not show up at all. 49% of Black Americans, foundationals, chose the couch. in the very same way that Roly-Poly Martin didn't want to admit it until he started talking about the couch is a viable option. Now here's Jim Stephen from Django Clyburn sitting here telling you the same thing we was telling you. People lost to the couch. They lost the House, they lost the Senate, and they lost the presidency to the House. Excuse me, to the couch. Let's go. Let me pull that back.
You stopped it and enabled, I think some would argue.
Well, when the white vote turned out 71% 2 years ago, and the black vote turned out 59%, you tell me whose fault that is.
I guess
only 59% of African Americans went to the polls 2 years ago.
It's tough. I mean, for me personally, to blame black voters for the last election more than it is to blame President Joe Biden.
That's the fact. It wasn't Joe Biden on the ticket. It was Kamala Harris on the ticket.
So it wasn't Joe Biden's policies that people were seeing that turned them off from their whole administration to begin with? It was y'all that thought you could take Kamala and just throw her in there. And thought everything was going to be peachy keen. As if she didn't have the history that she had in California. As if she wasn't going around campaigning on doing nothing for foundational Black Americans. So just because Joe Biden wasn't on the ticket, but Kamala Harris was, we were supposed to say, oh, well, you know, let me just go ahead and go vote for this Indian Hindi woman that cook her greens in a bathtub and cosplays a Black American while telling Black Americans that she's not going to do a damn thing for us. Yeah, that didn't have nothing to do with it, right? Continue.
For 107 days after he decided
to on the ticket.
I guess I just wanted to see if there was a clear political lesson you took from that moment and whether you think something applies in this kind of larger democratic rethink after. But I hear you. You're saying that you think it was a media problem. It was a branding problem. It was a candidate problem.
I didn't say that. The media had nothing to do with that 59%. If that 59% had been 69%, she would have won.
I guess, so is the argument that Black people let Kamala Harris down?
Oh, in many instances, absolutely. Oh, in many instances, absolutely. Oh, in many instances, absolutely. Oh,
people let Kamala Harris down. I guess, so is the argument that Black people let Kamala Harris down?
Oh, in many instances, absolutely. If you don't show up to vote, what are you doing?
Is there no valid reason why Black voters could not have felt heard by the last Democratic election? Is there no valid reason that they would have?
There might be. I'd like to know what it is.
Jim, you know what it is. We done ran up on you way too many times and told you what it is for you to sit here and act like you don't know what it is. For those who don't like me cursing, I'm going to need you to give me a little grace on this one because I'm just quoting what Jim Stephen from Django Clyburn said to us when we brought up reparations. Every time we brought up reparations. Why you always fucking with me? I'm the one who wrote the bill. I'm the one that did the bill. So, Jim, don't talk to us as if you're just so clueless of why things are happening in the way they're happening. You're a part of the reason why. You're quite literally a part of the reason why. Shout out to my good brother DSB in the building, my dark-skinned brother. Shout out to you, Shalom, and thank you for being here. And if y'all don't follow my good brother, make sure y'all follow his page too. The brother be going off. He be spitting some facts. Now let me go ahead and go here because I want to remind people of who Jim Clyburn is. He said, we let Kamala Harris down. He said, we let Kamala Harris down. But even left-wing media is telling you that he is incorrect. Jim Clyburn is pointing a finger at all the wrong people. Oh, let's get into it, family. Let's get into it. In a recent podcast interview, Representative Jim Clyburn, Democrat, South Carolina, blamed black voters in part for Vice President Kamala Harris's loss in the 2024 presidential election. Family, give me 1 second. 1 second here, family. Just give me 1 second. All right. Clyburn typified a retrograde assumption many of the Democratic establishment hold, that certain voters ought to serve the party rather than the other way around. In almost every broadcast that I do about these people, for anybody who's been here longer than any 2-3 broadcasts, for the most part, every time I speak about these people, I always say the same damn thing. Y'all don't work for, we don't work for y'all. Y'all work for us. We pay your bills. We write your check. You are servants to us. You're supposed to be servants. We're not supposed to be servants to you. So when we give you an agenda, that's what the agenda is. You're not going to try to move it around, sway it a little bit, make it more palatable for people. No. If you want our vote, this is what we need. And if you try to change anything in it, we're going to cut you out. And now here's your left-wing media saying the exact same thing that we're all saying. Clyburn typified a retrograde assumption many of the Democrat establishment hold, that certain voters ought to serve the party rather than the other way around. With the midterm elections looming and the start of a high-stakes presidential primary season around the corner, hearing such a dismissive view of voters expressed by a Democrat of Clyburn's influence is particularly alarming. You're messing this up for your Democrats, Clyburn. That's basically what this is saying. Now, family, if you guys want to read the rest of this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this in there because, like I said, I'm on the time frame and I have a couple more things to get through before we get up out of here. So there's the link if anybody wants to read the rest of this article. Now, I also want to remind y'all, while he's wagging his finger at us, about the success or non-success of Democrats and their members. I want to remind you all about this article here from 2023. How Representative James Clyburn protected his district at a cost to Black Democrats. We're not going to read all this either. I'm just going to give you this first line right here because it'll tell you all you need to know. Facing the possibility of unsafe district, South Carolina's most powerful Democrat sent his aide to consult with the GOP on a redistricting plan. Oh, wait a second. Didn't they just do the same thing in 2026? I digress. Facing the possibility of an unsafe district, South Carolina most powerful Democrat sent his aide to consult with the GOP on a redistricting plan that diluted Black voting strength and harmed his party's chances of gaining seats in Congress. Oh, the article's from 2003, but this happened in 2021. The meeting was arranged in secret. The meeting was arranged in secret. On November 2021, the chief of the staff for South Carolina Senate Judiciary Committee text Dalton Trazevent, a key aide to Representative Jim Clyburn, the state's most powerful Democrat. Family, we're holding up a mirror again. You want to blame us when you should be blaming yourselves. And Clyburn, let me say something to you, because your party's in disarray right now. You guys are all over the place. Maybe you should concentrate on the DSA and keeping your party together, because the DSA is out here making the DNC. Yeah. It's like putting makeup on a pig. Shout out to my brother, Mississippi Macho, in the building. Much love to you, family, and thank you for being here. And shout out to Nene for this question. Thank you for being here, my sister queen. Why is Clyburn so powerful? Because he's the most lucrative coon they have. If they had somebody more coonier than Clyburn and those fish fries, then that person would be the most powerful Democrat. Well, at least when it comes to Black people. Shout out to Nate Guap. He said he's seen this coming. That's why he got his and only his. And his only. Let's go here, family.
Ask you, just give me sort of a true or false on these. Abolish the Senate. True. Okay. Replace the presidency and Supreme Court as we now know them. Yep. Abolish ICE. Absolutely. Abolish borders and give amnesty to anyone currently in the U.S. illegally. As a long-term plan, yep. Defund the Pentagon. Absolutely. Abolish prisons, at least in large part. Yeah, again, that as part of a long-term program, yeah. Okay, so no prisons. Government or public ownership of most large corporations. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so then let's go back through some of those then. Abolish the Senate. There are people who are in the Senate now who are very supportive of DSA. They lose their seats?
Well, the Senate is an anachronistic institution. It comes from the British House of Lords. It is made to protect power for, the Senate was part of the system that was made to make sure that the people didn't have too much of a say. So we want to expand Congress significantly, but make it a unicameral legislature.
Okay, and without the presidency and Supreme Court, so abolish ICE, would there be any enforcement of immigration laws, or with abolishing the border, we're not enforcing immigration laws, they go away?
Yeah, so again, this is part of this longer term plan, and part of it.
But if you can get there,
if we can get to the place where the U.S. is not destabilizing countries in order to mine them.
All right, we're done with this. We're done with it. We're done with this. This whole notion that the U.S., we need to get to a place where the U.S. is not destabilizing these countries. We need to get to a place where these countries aren't allowing the U.S. to destabilize them. We need to get to a place where these countries aren't making backroom deals with the United States only to find out later that the United States don't make good business deals. We're not going to sit here and try to make it seem like we should have open freaking borders until the time that America stops doing whatever America is doing. America became the powerhouse that it is today off of slave labor. What makes you think that America is ever going to stop doing what the hell it's doing? We're not responsible for those people who make these bad business deals with god dang America, with the government of America. We're not responsible for the Congo. Y'all know how the Congo, as soon as Trump got in office, sent the letter over to the president's office begging him, President, please, please, please help us with the situation in Rwanda. Yeah, please help us in this war between Congo and Rwanda. Congo is rich in minerals. Congo will give you the cobalt. Congo will give you the gold. Congo will give you the diamonds. This is a letter that they sent over to the United States of America. In the very same way that China is in Africa doing this very same thing, in the very same way that China is in Jamaica doing the very same thing, in other parts of the Caribbean doing the very same thing. You're not in China talking about open border policies, are you? You're not in Russia talking about open border policies, are you? But you think you could come here to America and tell us we need open border policies because America's destabilizing places without bringing up the core fact that these places have done deals with America, which caused their stabilization, their destabilization. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the nonsense. I'm sick of the rhetoric. But these are the people that Clyburn and the rest of those old guards need to be paying attention to and stop freaking trying to put all the attention on us unless you're trying to bring forth some policy for us. As a matter of fact, Chuck Schumer trying to make it seem like that's not such a big problem. They asked Chuck Schumer about that very same thing. Let's go here.
The Democratic Socialists of America recently released their new platform. One of the things in that platform is to abolish the Senate and create a new unicameral House in Congress. Is this something Democratic Socialist candidates have been winning in races across the country? Is this something that has a place, this type of policy position?
The bottom line is Democrats from one end of the spectrum to the other are going to be working to defeat Trump, to bring down costs, to go after his corruption, and to end the chaos.
The Democratic Socialists of America recently released their new...
Notice how he tried to, look, we're no matter what, on every side of the spectrum, we're united to beat the Republicans and yada, 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 yada. Here's the facts of the matter. Let's see what Bernie Sanders have to say about that, shall we?
I want you to ask yourself a simple question. Why are the richest people in the country spending tens and tens of millions of dollars to defeat Abdul el-Sayed? Why does the billionaire class feel that they need to outspend them in this election 12-1? 12-1. What are they afraid of? And the answer is obvious. They understand quite correctly that when Abdul is elected to the Senate, he will work with me and other progressives in taking on the greed of the billionaire class and fight for an economy and a government that works for all of us, not just the 1%.
Bernie, if you're not a part of the 1%, you're definitely a part of the 2%. But this is what Bernie is doing. Bernie's out there making sure that everybody knows the Democrat billionaires are fighting against the socialists who are Democrats. Let's continue.
That is what the billionaires are afraid of. And hey, billionaires, you should be afraid. So we've got a little bit over 2 weeks in this election. Let's go out on knock on doors. Let's make the phone calls. Let's bring our friends and family to the polls for the sake of America, for the sake of democracy. Let us win this election. Thank you.
That's not it for us. We've heard enough from Bernie. Let's go here. Shout out the DAP.
The question is, what do we mean by reparations? I mean, it seems to be a lot of people mean a lot of different things. I've said black 50 times. All right. That's the 51st time. All right.
So what do you mean by reparations?
By reparations for slave defenders.
I know, but what does that mean exactly?
A lot of African Americans are starting to call for reparations for the many years of stolen labor through slavery. Is that something that you would support as president?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think it would be, first of all, its likelihood of getting through a Congress is nil. Second of all, I think it would be, very divisive.
The question is, what do we mean by reparations? I mean, it seems to be a lot of people mean a lot of different things. I've said black 50 times. All right. That's
now, like I said, family, there is a rift going on. And I think on Friday, I'll dive into it a little bit further because right now, Bernie Sanders and Rahm Emanuel are going at each other's throats live on TV. We don't have enough time to get through it here today, but they're going after each other's throats. And it is hilarious to see. So, yeah, we'll most likely touch on that on Friday. However, I want to go here.
Let it be known, the Democratic Party does not let the democratic process choose its candidates. They select the party elites when they've tired of the candidate chosen by the people.
Did you realize that Graham Plattner dropped out? He made a choice. Did you realize that or no? I mean,
Dropped out?
he could have said no.
Okay.
He could have not dropped out. They didn't pick him up and move him out of the race.
They just picked someone.
They picked somebody who is not like Janet Mills. So they followed the directive of the party. They picked somebody who is exactly like Graham Plattner, who's considered not exactly.
I know he's not exactly.
Not exactly.
Like
But I mean, as far as policy wise, he's very similar and progressive as Graham Plattner. He's someone who's been with Graham Plattner, campaigned with Graham Plattner, and now has decided to distance himself because of the behaviors that Graham Plattner was exhibiting over the course of his life that he doesn't align with. But the politics remain the same. And so I think it's very important that they found somebody who aligns with the candidate that the people chose rather than someone random. And so I think that was a good choice for them. I mean, they chose somebody he was a state Senate president. This is somebody who has been in Maine for years and working in politics for years. And we're going to see what he's going to do. He's directly talking about what Susan Collins has not done. So while people think that Susan Collins, and I have said this, has been very fair on the biggest issues like health insurance and healthcare, she's sided with Democrats in some of those conversations historically. He says that's not enough. And the people in the Democrats in Maine specifically are saying that's not enough.
Who they're talking about is the person that they chose to select, they selected to replace Graham Plattner out there, the person with the freaking Nazi tattoo on his hands. Or, well, Nazi tattoo on him. I don't know if it's on his hand or whatever. Let's go here.
Yeah, there's no doubt Graham, did a great job as far as getting people going. Very articulate, better than I am at that.
This is the man, Troy Jackson, who is now going to give a big ups to the man who has sexual assault charges and a Nazi symbol tattooed on him.
But what I've been doing, all through this is trying to make sure that people understand that it's about the movement. It's about the issues. I mean, this is way bigger than any one person. Bigger than Graham, certainly bigger than me. We have a chance right now because people are coming together like I've never seen before. And when I worked for Bernie in 2016, that was the most incredible campaign that I've ever been around. This is way bigger. I mean, people are coming out like crazy because they are upset. There's no doubt Graham, did a great job as far as getting people.
Family, I'm going to play a little bit of a clip of Troy Jackson debating the other candidate for the position. We're not going to go through it all, but I'm going to play a few, and I want you to tell me, do you think this man should be running for anything? Let's go here.
And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but they're not going to look like me for the most part. And having immigrants come to Maine, I think it's a good thing. I think it's actually, added a lot to our culture and trying to support bringing immigrants in, trying to get immigrants, with the training programs and things like that they needed. The unions have done a lot of good about bringing training programs to immigrants so that we can have, them have the skills that they need for the job markets. So I'm very supportive of bringing immigrants.
So labor unions are putting together programs to train immigrants. Why aren't these labor unions putting together programs to train Americans? I'm going to let that question linger.
Immigrants so that we can have programs and things like that they needed. They usually, added a lot to our culture and trying to support bringing immigrants in, trying to get immigrants, with the training programs and things like that they needed. The unions have done a lot of good about bringing training programs to immigrants so that we can have, them have the skills that they need for the job markets. So I'm very supportive of bringing immigrants here.
The Democrats have taken the trades out of our schools. They have actually put us in a retrograde situation. We are ranked between number 41 and number 50 in this country for our school system. Fourth graders, 75% of our fourth graders cannot read, and 74% of our eighth graders, according to NAEP, cannot do basic math. How about we also take care of our own?
He wants everybody except immigrants to get the American dream. He just said it. I mean, what a hypocrite. Calling people drain on our society, saying that they're part of the problem of crime and all this. I mean, it's just a constant racist, race-baiting thing with this guy. I'm an immigrant. I don't know where Bobby came from, but we're mostly all immigrants. I would be curious how he feels on tribal sovereignty. They are the ones that aren't the immigrants here. But you know what's back, not helped us, is Republicans that wanted income tax cuts. That's the only thing they want.
Family, just from those few clips there that you just heard, do you think that this man should be in this race? I don't think that this man should be in this race at all. As a matter of fact, I'll probably do a standalone clip of this just to give my commentary on the full debate breakdown here. Because exactly, train America, train American citizens. Stop training these freaking illegals. That's a no. Can pigs fly? Oh, wow. Family. Oh, yeah, he definitely said it, family. Hold on. Miss Nene, he definitely said it. Hold on. Let me run it back.
With the training programs and things like that they needed. The unions have done a lot of good about bringing training programs to immigrants so that we can have, them have the skills that they need for the job markets. So I'm very supportive of bringing immigrants here.
The Democrats have taken the trades out of our schools. They have actually put us in a retrograde situation. We are ranked between number 41 and number 50 in this country for our school system. Fourth graders, 75% of our fourth graders cannot read. And
so yeah, family, that's who they got going. Oh, it looks like I missed one there. Shout out to First Class Citizen. Much love to you, and thank you for your contribution, family. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, family. We need a referendum to not allow any immigrants to run for any political office in our country's politics, and I'm with you there. I am with you 100% fold, family. 100% fold. Shout out to Skolas, the controllers in the building. Much love to you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed in fold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. The couch is undefeated. Absolutely, family. But in closing, I want to play. Let's pull the pin back out of it. I got a couple of clips of Skeletor, who apparently just got out of the hospital. But I want to play a few clips that Skeletor has been saying about this whole situation with the DSA, amongst other things. Let's go here.
These people are paternalistic, and it's a bunch of overeducated little white turds who think they know more than other people know, and they know what's wrong, and they're going to go and then you got, they're talking about indicting Netanyahu, and that the problem is you have a candidate, a DSA candidate, New York, saying we should be against interracial dating. Let me tell you something. These people, and these are to all my black friends and friend people like me, they think they know more than you do. They think.
Hey, Skeletor, don't put this on us. You don't say this is up to all my black friends and me. No. Because those black friends, we already told you what we need, and y'all been practicing benign neglect, remember? Y'all been wagging out fingers at us, remember? Now you're infighting and you want to sit here and say, well, all my black friends got to fix this. Nah, homie. Handle your candle. Put on those boxing gloves. Get out there and swing. Kermit the Muppet.
Their history is more glorious than yours.
So he's warned for years that the Democratic Party desperately needs to change course. Just not pay reparations. Yeah, nah. Let's go here.
I'm going to read something to you, and I'm going to tell you why this is typical. A progressive House candidate who served in a battleground district in Michigan as long Democratic Party officials once said black U.S. political leaders are a pillar of the capitalist and pluralist American establishment. Yeah, Jim Clyburn is part of that. Yeah, you're right. That's exactly who Martin Luther King was. Yeah, you're right. That's who John Lewis was. And these people are paternalistic, and it's a bunch of overeducated little white turds who think they know more than other people know, and they know what's wrong, and they're going to go and then you got, they're talking about indicting Netanyahu.
Now, this is the full clip. Notice he invoked John Lewis, Martin Luther King, right? Because he's trying to incite us to get mad at these people. Because he needs us to get out there and vote for them, the old guard. Continue.
And that the problem is you have a candidate, a DSA candidate, New York, saying we should be against interracial dating. Let me tell you something. These people, and these are to all my black friends and friend people like me, they think they know more than you do. They think their history is more glorious than yours. They think that Lenin was a more glorious human being than Martin Luther King or Frederick Douglass. That's what they really think. And if you know that, you don't know your history. And you should view these people with extreme skepticism, because they think they know what's better for you than you know what's better for you. And they think they know your history better than you know their history. This asshole don't know what he's talking about.
All right. So I wanted to play the full clip. And I also want you all to hear this right here before we get up out of here. When I said that they were talking about the voting situation, that was old Skeletor here. Let's go here.
I don't know if we're not better off said, okay, we'll take that alternative ID, bring your gas bill or your light bill or something. Because for whatever reason, this shit polls at 75%. It doesn't make, I don't think people are aware of it. I think people assume that voter fraud happened. Again, I don't even want to say it. If you want to say infinitesimal, I don't know if I can think of a word that would be even narrower than that. I would say that. And I don't like when we say, well, look, it's a very minor problem, but you got to admit it barely exists. And it doesn't make any sense. Having said that, we are not going to win the war against some kind of ID. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't fix anything, but maybe you just go along with it and move to the next
Well,
thing.
James, let me disagree. We have voter ID in most states. Most states have voter ID.
Right.
What they're trying to do with the so-called SAVE Act is require what they say is proof of citizenship, which is either a birth certificate, which I don't know, 25. People have a hard. I went a couple of years ago. I was going to take a trip overseas, and about 10 days ahead of time, I couldn't find. I spent 10 days trying to get my birth certificate, or secondly, a passport, which most people don't have, and thirdly, if you talk about your birth certificate and you didn't get to keep your maiden name. My wife let me keep mine. If you didn't get to keep your maiden name, you're in trouble. So I think you're absolutely right on voter ID, but we basically have it.
Again, if we have it, just say, okay, pass the law. I mean, I think
I don't want to pass that SAVE Act.
I never had a problem with it. I'm just saying, of all the things, people, if every poll shows 75 or better, say we should have some kind of an ID to vote. Some state, I don't know what it is, but shit, just quit fighting and go along with it and move to the next thing.
Well, wait a minute. Let me ask you, what are you going along with? With what?
Whatever the law in Louisiana is, make it the national law.
Well, I probably have no problem with that. What I do have problem.
I'm not talking about the SAVE Act. I'm not talking about the SAVE Act at all.
Yeah.
I'm saying just adapt that. But somehow or another, it comes across that we don't want to check the eligibility for vote, or we don't need to, because they're not going to vote if they're the dumbest thing in the world that a person here could do is illegally is try to vote. It's one vote, don't mean anything. It's the stupidest expenditure of campaign money. I don't know anybody ever did it to buy a vote. You go to jail for 5 years for one vote. It doesn't even make any sense. It's all a stupid argument, but maybe we could just come up with a simple thing and just say, okay, we for this. Bye, thank you. Get the hell out of this argument.
Yeah,
family, everything that we said was correct. Everything that we've been doing has been correct. And now they're all telling you it's your fault. Jim Clyburn said it's your fault. The mainstream media said he's wrong. The DNC is blacked out. They have to take out mortgages. They have to goddamn finance. They have to do all this stuff because they ain't able to get in office for you. Because of you. Oh man, right now, I know in James Clyburn's head, he's hearing that Neo song, and it's all because of you. Pointing at FBA, you god dang, y'all could have took the fish and shut up. And I love it, family. Oh, Nabisco tears, coon tears, tap dancing tears, tether tears. We done got so many tears here today, family. I might just go ahead and dig up a pool. Use the tears as the water. I want you all to take a bow because you've been on your job and you stay on your job as you should, family. Let me give a B1 salute to each and every person who's donated by Cashapp, Super Chat, or anywhere else. As a matter of fact, let me give a B1 salute to our sister Andrea Jones for her Cashapp. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. Let me also give a B1 salute to each and every one of you. Thank you all for being here and sharing your Wednesday with me. And a B1 salute to all my mods, members, Patreons. I will see you this Saturday, as a matter of fact, for our first late night little jam session there over on Patreon. So if you haven't gone and joined yet, go ahead and go over there and join. Especially if you're members, you already got a code there for you. Family, I just wanted to bring this here to you to let you all know you're still winning. They still losing. And they still mad about it. And I still don't care. And neither should you. With that being said, family and friends, I want you all to stay safe, stay black, and most important, stay foundational. The doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. You know, it doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever can't stand us black people, he's doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing, us black people going to survive. So fuck everybody. I'm out.